Welcome back everyone to another video. This is ENDER Lilies, and this is my platinum walkthrough for it. Yeah, this is a new Metroidvania just released on the PS4. It's been on the Switch and Steam for quite a few weeks now, probably a month or so actually. I know it's delayed on PS4. So I'm getting straight into this. Yes, platinum walkthrough guys, I'm taking you through everything. And nothing is missable in this, by the way. Nothing is missable. So if you do want to just do this by yourself and then follow this afterwards for cleanup or something like that, or just play yourself first and then play again, follow me, you can do that. But this will probably take about 5 hours, and I'm going to show you everything in like an optimal manner as well. And this map I'm just showing on screen right now. This is my sort of optimal collectible order map, which I've linked in the description. If you want to check that out in the description, if you do want to follow this yourself without following me, you can just use that for point of reference, and it will sort of give you an order of when to collect something and where it is. So this first collectible, guys, Eileen's letter, that's finding number 2. Yes, at least you can see, you just saw it on the floor then what I picked up. They can be quite difficult to see, them findings. They're basically like files, you need to find all of them. Here in that second big barrel you've got an Amulet Fragment. You don't have to get everything in the game for platinum, but you almost need everything. So I'm just going to collect everything in this. You've got another file here on the Blighted 1. You've got a bench there. The benches do get added automatically, you just got to come into the room. You've got on the Blighted 2 another file, which has got there, guys, beneath that lever. Make sure you get that file. Remember, if you look in the description, guys, you'll find a link to my map, and that will just give you an order of when we get things. Yeah, I'll just give you a good order, and I've tried to like sort everything by colour, so you know exactly what sort of type of collectible is at that location. So when it comes to killing enemies and leveling up and that, luckily there's not a trophy for killing 1,000 enemies. I'm so surprised. There's almost always a trophy for killing 1,000 or 5,000 or sometimes 10,000 enemies, but there's no trophies like that. Thank God. So I hate them types. They're just a grind, especially when you try speedrun. They just add an unnecessary grind to trophy platinum. But there is a trophy for leveling up, but it's not too bad actually, that one. You've got another item here, guys. You've got Amulet Fragment. Make sure you collect that Amulet Fragment, and on your way back here, make sure you switch this lever. I'll walk you through this a bit more. I just want to explain a few things first, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory to begin with, other than a few collectibles I just got. When it comes to getting a lot of collectibles, there's not really anything in the game that like completely breaks it, and it will seem quite difficult to you at first. Yes, nothing in the game that like really breaks it, which you can go and get really early. There's another file here. This is the Parish Way 1. Yeah, you'll find it will seem a bit hard for you at first, getting used to combat and that, but it is quite, I say, it is sort of an easy game once you do get used to it. But obviously, it's getting used to it, that's a problem. So, I'm not really killing any enemies. So, if you do get to a point where you're having a lot of trouble with a boss, you can just level up a bit more on enemies, and it'll make it, leveling up a bit more, make it a bit easier for you. So, if you do want to level up a bit more, guys, just make it a bit easier, you can do. But this is the first sort of boss fight. As you can see, I'm using a sort of diving attack with R2, and sort of diving behind it. It's always good trying to attack enemies from behind if you can. Yes, you're dodging behind, and enemies, they do, well, the bosses, they have sort of like a few stages to the battles, where once their health drops to a certain level, they'll sort of they'll become invulnerable for a moment, and they'll sort of enter the next phase. You can tell, like for example, now she's going to go into super hyper mode. Here we go, super hyper mode. Not all the bosses do this. There's only a few that actually have this phase where they turn into like a abomination sort of stage. But you see the attacks change during this. But she's actually easier in this phase, because you can telegraph her attacks easier. But yeah, just keep attacking. If it looks like she's going to attack, get behind her when she's big like this. But this first fight, it's not too bad, guys. Like I say, if you're having a bit of trouble, just take a few attempts, kill a few enemies. The thing is, these first few enemies in this first area don't give you much XP at all. So all your abilities that you get from like traversal abilities and things, they mainly come from bosses. Like this first boss, she gives you double jump. And when you get tutorials, guys, I'm skipping the tutorials, make sure you read the tutorials. So Guardian Sleep you get first. Double jump basically, yeah, get double jump quite early in this game, which is quite a change. And Purification, your first trophy there. You can actually look at the trophies in the option menu on this as well. So like a little trophy menu. Yeah, so like I say, with benches, guys, you don't have to rest at them to make them to become active. You just have to enter the room where they are. So I've gone to my spirit menu and I've put this Sacred Spirit into my quick slots. As you see, you've got 2 quick slots. You press R1 to change. You can sort of have like 2 weapon shortcuts, I guess. You've got another file here, guys, Grower's Letter. And I'll say this one more time, if you want to keep track of, you're like, not again, why is he telling us this? If you want to keep track of what I'm collecting, guys, so I'm going a little bit quick, just open up my image, my map I've made for you guys. It's hosted on Imgur, so you can just go from there, you can download it to your phones and just follow it on your phone. You can keep track of what I'm going for each year. Then white flowers, by the way, they refill your healing. You get 3 healing materia, and by the way, if you die on this, there's no punishment whatsoever. If you die, you keep your experience that you had before you died. Obviously, the only currency you have, you can't really use it. Your currency on this comes from really collecting blight and destroying crates. You do not lose anything when you die. You keep XP, yeah. So no punishment for dying, guys. So don't worry about dying. Yeah, so keep heading right. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just getting past all these enemies. Yeah, most of them are about to attack. And just above there, we've got a first sort of like sub-boss. These are like sort of like little mini bosses, these guys. They give you like a spirit. And this one's got very, very low health. And when you kill a boss, in the game, it makes all the other enemies a little bit tougher. Yeah, you'll find when you kill a boss in the game, it increases the level of all the enemies in the game a little bit. So you'll find you'll get hit by a certain enemy, he'll deal like 20 damage, but you'll kill a boss and he'll deal a bit more damage to you, because like I say, it raises the levels of all the enemies. So just bear that in mind, guys. When you kill a boss, the world becomes a little bit harder. Yeah, so we've got that spirit, and I'm going to assign it now to there, quick slot it. So there we go, we've got them 2 spirits, assign the Hamlet one and the Siegfried. There's a file there, guys, the Parish Way 2. Make sure you grab that file. I try, and when we collect something, I try and make a good point of mentioning it and being quite loud. Yeah, I scream at you. I'm going to scream at you when we get a collectible. Do not worry about that. So it's making our way through this room. On the map, you see on the map, you can see the room is orange. If the room is orange, that means you've got everything in that room. Yeah, room is orange, you've got everything in that room. And we're in Witches Thicket now. Now it's 1 collectible in this room, and it's Blight. Yeah, you've got to be careful around these guys, they're quite tough. So yeah, so we've got Stagnant Blight times 10 from that collectible there. Stagnant Blight times 10. You don't need all the Blight in the game, but you do need some of it, because you have got to fully upgrade 5 spirits, and you do need a lot of Blight if you're doing that. Right, so that's the only collectible we get in this room. So we're going to take the top right exit now. Yes, 2 exits here. We're going to take the top right exit. And in here it's going to be 2 collectibles. So I'm just diving underwater. You can't swim underwater yet, but if you drop down, you sort of submerge a little bit, and you can get under here. And don't worry, you can't drown. You can't drown. You can't swim, but you can breathe underwater. Yeah. So watch the poison clouds. I'm low level, guys, so they will be doing more damage to me, so I'm low level. If you're struggling, just kill a few enemies to level up a bit more. I think these guys here, they do give you quite a good amount of XP for this early in the game. So made our way up here. And down here is your first sort of relic. You get a trophy flat, so you've got a first relic there. Yeah, your relics are sort of like your accessories, which give you like little bonuses, by the way. So make sure you got that relic. And then over here, down here is another Amulet Fragment. These fragments give you +5, but we actually get amulets later. Yeah, so in that pot, which give you +20. That's like a permanent increase to your HP. And I'm actually looking at a map now, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to point out what number we are on the map, on my map, as we go through this. So we're going to get a file in a minute, and this is number 14 on my map. This is 14 on my map, and see, there's a relic. You can assign the relic, and the slots you actually get chains of sorcery, which increase your amount of slots. So we've got the Coven Handbook there, guys, the file, and we're headed right. And here, 15 and 16 on my map we get here, but 15 is more to the right because we actually come to that first. So just heading all the way right over here, and there'll be a shortcut door we open here. Some of the shortcut doors, by the way, you can actually open them from behind, from in front of the shortcut door. Here is Stagnant Blight times 10. Yeah, shortcut doors with some of the spirits. You can actually attack behind the door, and sometimes you can open a shortcut door without actually coming from behind and hitting the switch, if you use like a certain spirit. But I don't really use that too much in this guide, because in case they ever patch it, and I don't really rely on it too much. So here we've got an Amulet Fragment there in the pot, and then we're just going to come up these stairs. I'm going to open this shortcut door just in case you need it for later. There we go, shortcut door there. And then we're going to come down here, come down these steps, and we're going to jump down a hole. Don't worry, it won't kill you. There you go. And this weird looking water, it sort of makes you float up in it. And there's Furious Blight times 10. You can get to it. You sort of drop out this vertical water, wherever it is, near the top. Then do a double jump, and you can just reach that Furious Blight times 10 on the left there. We'll carry on across here, guys, and we're going to get a relic. Another relic. This is number 18 on my map. Step number 18. So it's in a chest. Benice's ring. And that increases your spirit uses. And yes, I did just say that. I'll be using that quite a bit just to begin with, guys, just because all the relics to begin with are a little bit shit, by the way. So you've got a respite here, like a rest area. It's going to rest there to get my HP and my healing uses back. And over here we've got a file. This is number 19 on my map, and that's the Sorceress Notes added to findings. Carry on over here. Watch that red water. It does damage you. Yeah, careful, that will damage you. So underneath here in one of these pots, we've got another Amulet Fragment. That'll be +5 to your HP. Jump over here, and there's one more item in this room that we want. So you can see the switch on the right there. Some spirits will let you reach that, but we don't have any like that at the moment. Like I say, I'm going to try not to do that if I can, just in case anything like that is ever patched. So just going to come over here, and on the far right, it's going to be the last sort of thing we're going to collect in this room before heading down to the next one below. So there we go, and we've got Stagnant Blight times 10 there. You use the Blight, by the way, to the Stagnant and the Furious Blight to upgrade your main spirits, to upgrade them, and the normal Blight is like XP. So there's a switch. Yes, we just hit it to open that shortcut door. We're going to come down on this little elevator. Looks like something out of Hollow Knight. I don't think it's quite as good as Hollow Knight, if I'm honest. Yeah, I don't think it is. It's just not. I'm getting a little bit bored of the game by now, and it's a bit slower than Hollow Knight. And Hollow Knight, I think you got better combos with the items in there, and the charms, which is basically like the equivalent of your spirits in this game. Yeah, I think you got better combos in Hollow Knight. The charms on this, I think they are all a little bit lame. They're not very good until you get much later in the game, but then by then you don't really need them that much. So you've got a Stagnant Blight times 10 there, guys. I just came up that sort of waterfall, and just dropping all the way down now and to the left, all the way down and to the left, going through this water. There's going to be a switch over here which will open the door a lot further to the right. You see that switch just above? There we go. I'm still level 1. I don't think I've killed any enemies other than that boss and the spirit. So it's going to make our way back up here now. There's a white flower there in case you want to get healing back. One of the healing uses back. So coming through this room, this is that door we just opened, that green switch we just hit. So through here and up here, we're just going to open that shortcut door. We need to head down, and just to the left here is a bench and a file we're going to get. File number, well, the Parish Way 3, that's the name of it. And we're going to fight a boss now, so I'm going to slot Manias' ring. I'm going to enhance the Sacred. Yeah, I'm going to enhance that spirit to level 3. And yeah, ready for the boss fight now. Yes, as you saw, I equipped the Manias' ring relic, and I upgraded the Secret Spirit to level 3, just so it does a little bit more damage. So we've got a boss fight here, guys. Dark Witch Elaine. And yeah, you might find this may take you a few attempts, but it's not too bad. And there's basically 2 bosses you can fight to begin with. And you've got this one and another one, and whoever you kill first will be the easiest, because when you kill the first one, like I say, it makes the world a bit stronger, all the enemies. Yeah, so this is what you're doing to begin with. Watch out for, she fires a lot of projectiles. You can use your spirits I've got there. My one assigned to triangle. If you use that while on the floor, it will do more damage, by the way. And if you use it while you're airborne, it will sort of do that attack just there, where it does a little bit less damage, but it actually attacks airborne enemies. So he's in his second phase now. Yeah, when his first phase is quite easy, he'll lob 1 projectile at a time, like this one here. But when he's his second phase, the witch Elaine, she'll lob 2 projectiles at a time when she lobs that single one, and she'll do that whirlwind, so watch out for them. And when she's in the last phase, when she's sort of got that red aura around her, she'll do this a lot of times. Just get away from her and be careful. She'll normally do one of a random attack, and then she'll teleport close to you and do that sort of pinching attack, where she try and pinches you like this with her claws. Be very careful with that. It can do a lot of damage and it can catch you off guard. So whenever she does an attack, like a normal attack like that one, she'll teleport and then do this. Be ready to quickly dash away. I mean, I wasn't quick enough then. When she goes to the top of the screen, just get away from her and they can dodge it easier. So there we go. She did one of her normal random attacks, and then she did that teleport. There she go again. Does that attack. Be very careful of that one, guys. That's probably the main one which will catch you off guard. That one where she lobs loads of projectiles isn't too bad, but when she lobs that bigger one at you, like the singular one, she'll normally do that twice on a second and third phase. So just be ready to dodge it again straight after. Once you get used to the time, it's quite easy to dodge. And yes, once you killed her, I'm skipping the cutscenes. You'll get that spirit, which will also give the Witch's Bubble ability, which lets you swim underwater. And you got Lamentation Trophy. And I returned to Respite just because it's a bit quicker. Don't worry, it does save. It doesn't like reset your progress when you last saved. So I came back here. I'm going to enhance the Dark Witch Elaine spirit. Yeah, the pink spirits, you need Furious Blight to upgrade them. And the other spirits, you need Stagnant Blight. So I've just warped to the crossroads. And I'm heading... We're actually going to step 25 now. Yeah, Elaine, was 24 on my map, and we're going up to onto 25 now. Yeah, so we've just warped to the crossroads Respite, guys. Yeah, so we can breathe underwater. Well, we can breathe underwater already. I mean, we can actually swim underwater now. Yeah, so we're going up to 25, which is going to be an Amulet Fragment. And like I say, all the enemies are going to be a little bit stronger now. So be very, very careful. You can do this, you can come this way first and then go to Elaine. But I find Elaine's easier to do first. And because her spirit, so because she's got an Amulet Fragment, guys, make sure you get that. Yeah, because her spirit, it's more useful for this next boss than what this boss we're going to do now, than what his spirit is for Elaine. I just find her spirit more, it makes this boss fight a bit more easier. So yeah, make sure you're very careful now. So we've got that Amulet Fragment on this map in this room. That's all we're getting in this room, and we're heading into there's actually 2 exits from this room, and we want to take the top right one. Well, it's the one on the right. To take the other exit, you'd have to sort of head downwards, but we're just heading right, and it would take us to the room above and to the right slightly. So there's one collectible in this room. It's a relic. If you're looking at my map, the blue are relics, the orange are blight. So in that chest, this relic here, and that one actually reduces your damage taken, but it's a very, very small amount. I think it's like 5% or something. I have wrote it down somewhere, but I've not got it to hand. Yeah, that reduces your damage by about 5%, so it's not really a lot. There's a file here, guys. True Believer's Note. There's a file there just on that table, and you've got Respite there. I'm going to rest there just so I can get my health back. Yeah, it reduces your damage taken, but it's such a small amount. It's 5%. Maybe it might be about 7% actually. It might be 7%. It's 5 or 7. But it's such a small amount, I don't really use it at the moment. You do get 2 more relics like that later. One will increase the damage, reduce your health taken by, I think you get 10% and 15%, I think. And so it's not a lot, but when you combine them all, it's great. Just in 2 later on, there's better relics. You do get more slots. So Western Merchant, we went in that doorway there, did you see? And this enemy can be quite, this spirit can be quite difficult at first. So just be very, very careful. You should have assigned Spirit a lane to a slot, and what you can do if you keep that crow at a distance, you can use a lane, or you can bring him close to you and then use Siegfried and the Hamlet Youth, and because you do a lot of damage to him when he's on the floor, and you get Purging Glow. That's for collecting 5 spirits. Purging Glow trophy. Now there's 2 more things you want in this room, so I'm going to hit that switch. I'm going to come up here, get the Amulet Fragment behind that big enemy there. There you go. As you can see, you're sort of immune when you collect things. I'm going to drop down here, because down here there's Stagnant Blight times 10. We're almost done in this part, guys. Not much more to do. So Stagnant Blight times 10 there. Watch out for the red water. It will hurt you. It's poisonous to your health, to your skin. So I've just returned to that Respite there, so it's a little bit quicker. And I'm just heading right now. And we're going to be getting another Amulet Fragment in a second. So yeah, if you want to level up, guys, kill some of these enemies. Yeah, there's nothing there to the left, don't worry about that. I got this room mixed up for the room we're going to be going into shortly. Yeah, I got them mixed up. You'll find out in the next. It's in the next room where there's a hidden wall. You'll find out. But make your way up here. Hit that switch. Yeah, there are a few hidden walls on the game. You can see them if you're very observant. You've got a keen eye. But you may miss them. But I'll point them all out to you. So we've got that Amulet Fragment just there on top of the roof. And we hit that switch. So there's a door just here. Them red eyes on the floor. At the end of this part, that's when we get the ability for smashing them, by the way. So tons of enemies here. Be very, very careful. So many enemies. So many enemies. So we're going to make a way up here. Past that tough enemy there. These guys, wait for them to stop attacking before you jump up, because they can kill you pretty quick. They can sort of combo you. And just beneath that switch we just pulled is a item. You've got Furious Blight times 10 in that little hidden area. I'm just going to take the bottom right exit now. Bottom right exit. I take the bottom right exit here because we can collect every item in that room right now. Saves us going back in that room ever again. Yeah, so the bottom right exit, guys. We can swim underwater. So we're going to go underwater now. Get our hair wet. There we go. There we go. And a Stagnant Blight times 10 at the bottom there. I'm going to come out here, and this is where the hidden wall is. Drop down all the way to the left. And there's a hidden wall, there it is. You got an Amulet Fragment in there, and we've just got a spirit now we're going to kill. Last spirit before we go to a safe point. Get 2 files and engage the boss. Yes, you got a spirit there. A flower, white flower gives you a healing, well, 3 healing use. So this guy, obviously, he's got a shield. You want to try and keep getting behind him, and just keep using your Siegfried spirit and your Hamlet Youth. As you can see there, you can sort of juggle them in the air. Basically, when you knock an enemy out, you can see below the health bar they've got red health bar and then the orange bar below, and that's their sort of stagger gauge. When you stagger an enemy, it's sort of, not every enemy it happens to, but some of the enemies it will sort of knock them in the air slightly, and you can sort of juggle them in the air. It's quite tricky to do, and I don't really use it too much, but you can juggle enemies if you sort of attack them when they're juggling and use your spirits at the same time, get like a nice combo going. But if that was a headless defender spirit, there is a trophy for collecting every spirit. That's why we need to get them all. So just heading right now into the next save room, and then we're going to engage last boss before we call it a day on this part. So there you got a file, Hamlet request number 1, added to findings, and you got another one here just before the save point. You got adherence letter. And we're on step 38 on my map, guys. Step 38 on my map. So we've still got the same relic, the same box, but I'm going to put a Western Merchant on there and Elaine, and I'm going to upgrade the Western Merchant to level 2. I can't really upgrade anything else. So my spirits, guys, I've got one slot, one weapon slot. I've got Siegfried and the Hamlet Youth. And then the other weapon slot, I've got Western Merchant and Elaine. Now, for the first 2 phases of this battle, we're going to be using our sort of ground-based spirits. So you can see I've got like a ground-based build and a sort of, well, it's sort of like a close range and a ranged build. So this first build, the close range build, we're just going to keep using them, triangle and circle. Obviously, make sure you get behind him when he's attacking. When he jumps in the air, I mean, I don't start doing it to begin with, but a lot of his attacks, unless you dive in behind him, you want to be jumping to avoid him. Yeah, unless you dive in behind him because he's about to melee and you want to get behind him. If he's doing like a jumping attack, you want to be jumping away, not dashing away, because then if he does that sort of like a blast on the ground, if you jump in, it will miss you anyway. Yeah, so just using the close ranged spirits to begin with, guys. Just keep doing this. That's it, go. You'll stagger him quite. You'll stagger him quite a lot, and obviously just keep an eye on your health. If you're higher level than me, it'll be a little bit easier for you guys. So I mean, I'm only level 4. With your Siegfried spirit, it's best if you use her when you're on the floor, because when you use her on the floor or in the air, it'll be a different attack. But when you're on the floor, it's the attack she does a lot more damage. And obviously, when using the Hamlet Youth, obviously make sure you get used to the range when using it. Yeah, so once his health gets so low, he'll enter his last phase. You know when he enters this next stage, because this happens, you can't damage him. Now his last phase, when he goes into like hyper mode, you're going to switch to your ranged build and just attack him from a distance now, guys. This is why I like to do a lane first, because then you can do this. Yeah, just stay at a distance now. When he's jumping in the air, he'll always jump either 2 or 3 times. And every time he jumps, I just run the opposite way to where, basically run to where he's jumped from to avoid him, run towards his back to avoid him, and make sure you jump in, obviously, so you avoid any attacks. Yeah, and when you do a lane, she'll normally do a combo of 3 before when you're doing it in the air, combo of 3 before you fall down. Double jump and do it at the highest point of your jump. So if he ever does like a dashing attack, it should go underneath you and it should avoid. Yeah, jumping like this, you avoid some of his attacks. Now don't go too far away, because you'll find Elaine's attacks, they will not cover the whole screen. It covers about 3/4 of the screen. So make sure you're not too far away, but then again, make sure you're not too close, because if you're too close, when you discharge an attack, it may just catch you. Yeah, so just keep doing this, guys, basically. I guess you could say his third phase, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit easier, because you're not even getting close. I guess you do need to know his attacks a little bit. But this guy, once you kill him, he gives you the ability for smashing them like the red floor. You remember them like red light eyes we saw on the floor? He gives you like a ground pound, it lets you destroy them. So it's about dead. He's about dead. And there we go. He's out. Defeated. Yeah, I actually used up all my healing items pretty quick in that battle, and then I didn't take much damage. Yeah, because I'm like that. Sometimes I don't take any damage, and sometimes I'm just fuck it up and get hit too many times. But that's it, guys. That'll be it for that video. So on my map, we've done up to and including step 38, which ended on Giant's Hammer. We've got a trophy there. Fury, return to Respite, ready for the next level. Yeah, so I'm just going to equip the hammer. Basically, for the time being, we're going to have the same builds, but spirits, we're going to have the hammer on our range attack for like melee weapons. It's like a melee weapon, really. It's not like a spirit. So we've just defeated Gerard, and I've just put his weapon on set 2. You see there, and we're going to fast travel to Dryad Lake. Yeah, so make sure you do quick slot his weapon. Yeah, so we're going on step 39 basically. We just completed step 38 in the last part. So from Dryad Lake, we're taking the bottom left exit. We're just going to be getting a few collectibles now and then get back on with the story. So you've got a chain of sorcery at the bottom of that water there. What they do is basically they give you like an extra slot to assign a relic to. That's basically what all they do. I think altogether, I think it's about 21 you get altogether. I can't quite remember exactly. It's about 21 or 22 you get altogether, something like that. So, and down here, just past that bit of land there, guys, you got an Amulet Fragment at the bottom of that water. And once you picked up that Amulet Fragment, I've returned to Respite because it's quicker. And now we're taking the top left exit. On the map, this will be step 41 we're doing now. This will be step 41 on my map if you're using that for reference. So yeah, these enemies can be a little bit tough, but you should be a higher level than me anyway. So we're just using ground pound now. I've got a trophy there, Fallen Lily and Stagnant Blight times 10. I'm going to return to Respite now, and then we're going to head to the right. Yeah, when it comes to the ground pound, you just jump in the air and then just hold down and press square, and you do it automatically. Just hold down and press square when you jump in. And yeah, we've got a Stagnant Blight there. That trophy, Fallen Lily, if you didn't get it, then do not worry. You'll get that later when going for other collectibles. Don't worry about that. So just heading up here. As you can see, we just went right from the safe room, and then we've just gone up in that room we're just in. In here, there's going to be a spirit we're going to kill and collect. And then a note that we're going to find on the floor and have a little read. And just after that, there's going to be another ground pound. And then we'll return to Respite, do a little bit more collecting, and then get back on with the story. The boss on this part really opens up your movement capabilities. You get like a dash, and the weapon as well lets you get a bit more height and a bit more distance, which is good. So as you see here, I'm just quickly using a combination of my Umbral Knight, my square attack, my triangle spirit I've got there, and the circle one. That circle one I've got there, the Cliffside Hamlet, it's not that good, but I've not really got much better at the moment. That's like my close range build. As you saw on Gerard, we've got a Fungal Sorcerer, we just got from him, Fungal Sorcerer Spirit, and Lover's Letter there. No, that's not to you, just a Lover's Letter. And down here, guys, Furious Blight times 10. Just jump off and then do a ground pound straight down there. Return to Respite, and now we're going to fast travel. I'm just going to unhighlight that. Then we're going to fast travel to the crossroads. I see you at the crossroads. Yeah, Keeler Blazing Squad. So at the crossroads, we're just going to head left and then down into this water. I'm going to get a hair wet here. And I'm going to get that Amulet Fragment at the bottom of the lake. And I'm going to head left. And there's going to be another ground pound spot where we get another collectible, and then we'll start making our way towards the next main area. So just jump off there, do a ground pound. You have to ground pound from that height. Chain of sorcery in there. Yeah, you have to ground pound from there because otherwise you don't quite get enough height just from jumping from down below. Depending on the thickness of the red eye, depends on how far you have to jump from basically. So as you can see, I've just equipped the broken relic, the broken music box relic, because I've got a bit more space now, and we warped. You see how we just warped to? I think it was the bridgehead? I think it was. Basically, one near where Gerard was, where we fought him, and from there, we're going to take the bottom left. Yeah, I tricked you then. That's a little dummy. I actually tricked myself watching this back. Yeah, so bottom left, and basically we're heading to get step number 47. Yeah, so we've actually cleared this room already. You can see there on the map it's orange. We're just heading through here to get to the next room, and then we'll get a collectible in there, and then we'll start making our way down to the next main area. Yeah, so just over here, and there we are. You need to ground pound off there. You need to ground pound from that height, otherwise you'll not get enough distance. Just ground pound down there into that little lake and grab that blight from that corpse. Then we're going to make our way to the left. And we're going to ground pound there. You can see that's like a very, very thin sort of red floor. So that means you can just do like any height ground pound. And I've hit that switch to make that gate open on the left. And then I've returned to Respite. And we're going to fast travel now to a collapsed shack. Collapsed shack. And from here guys, we're going to head to the bottom left exit. And there's nothing we really collect in here. We've got to come through here to get to the next big area, basically. Now we've hit that switch, we've opened the gate to get past. So we had to take that top route there and then do a big ground pound from that height. Otherwise you will not get enough height on it to do enough damage. So make sure you go to that top floor and do a ground pound from up there. You don't ground pound straight off the platform, jump over to the left a little bit. And then in this room we've come down here just to get a stagnant blight times 10. That is number 48 on my map. Oh, 1 minute, I think. I'll just close the screen somehow. Yeah, so we're heading right into a save room now. Another save room Respite. As I've said in a previous part, we've got the outset trophy. Yeah, you don't have to rest at least to make them count. And we've just got Frasia's ring. I think it's Frasia. She's got Frasia's ring. Basically that lets you parry attacks and it doesn't take up any slots, so you can equip that now. Yeah, I've not equipped it. I will equip it shortly later. But yeah, you can equip that ring which has got Frasia's ring. That basically lets you parry. But it's quite awkward to use. You have to basically press R2 when you're not pressing left or right on the analog stick. Here, got a stagnant blight times 10. And all I do here, after getting that, I return to Respite because it's a little bit quicker and it's a little bit simpler doing it this way. Otherwise, you've got to pass loads of tougher enemies. And then I just come across this way because then you can jump across that gap and it saves you taking a long way along the bottom and back up. And then you come over here, jump off that platform and ground pound. That'll bring you down here. And we're going to dive in the water again here. And there's a little secret alcove in the middle here. Little secret cave. There we go, subterranean cave. Stagnant blight times 10 in there. And to the left here, there's going to be a spirit to kill. This spirit's actually quite difficult. It's actually quite difficult on, well, it is for me because the Ancient Crypt Keeper. It is for me just because I'm such a low level. Yeah, so you should be a higher level than me, but as you can see here, I'm just using range attacks. I'm trying to keep it nice and safe. Just staying at a distance. He does do some attacks which have quite a big range, like he does like a sort of ground slam. And when he does a ground slam, that has so much range on either side of him. So look, this one, he's got massive range, so I just find it better to stay to the far left or right, and just keep using range attacks on him. There we go, Ancient Crypt Keeper. He is definitely ancient now, he's dead. And there we go, and that gives you the spider spirit. You think the spider spirit is awesome, but it's well, it can be good if you, yeah, the Elder Crypt Keeper spirit. It can be good, I guess, once you upgrade it a bit more and if you learn to use it. But there's just much simpler spirits to use, which are just better. And later on, we'll be getting the SP gauge soon. Basically, they actually do like super attacks. Yeah, there's just better spirits that are better for like using, building up your spirit bar and just things like that. Spider's not really that good. It just, when it shoots a web and it just stun enemies, but it's not for long. So just lift up that gate. There's respite here. I'm just going to rest there, and I'm going to slot it. See, there's that relic, guys, Freshest Ring. And I'm actually assigning the Elder Crypt Keeper there. You don't really need to. I mean, that Hamlet Youth's not very good. That's why I did it. So we just got another note there, guys. Defense of the Transpires 2. It's just to the right of that respite. And through this wall, I'm just going to smash that. And you got Freshest Memoirs number 2 through there to the right. And we're on step number 54 at the moment, guys, on my map. Step number 54. And we are in... Yeah, we're in the Catacombs. Catacombs is always... it's always like it's a real difficult area no matter what game it's in. So just got... What's that? Kytius ring? The Kytius ring? Or something we just got from that chest. Just be careful on this lift because them... enemies with the red belly, they've been eating some flaming hot crisps. Them guys, they sort of explode and they can deal a lot of damage, so just be careful of them. And once you get to the top here, smash the wall again, and you got another note here, finding Freshest Memoirs number 1. And that's everything in that room. You can see it gets turned orange. Okay, so we're going up to step number 57 now. Now I smash that, come through here, and then we go up to the sort of top floor here. You're going to pass a lot of strong enemies on your way here. Especially, you know, the ones that come out of the pots. Look at these guys, 3 of them. Talk about a fair match, eh? 3 on 1. Furious Blight times 10, we just got there. Make sure you do make that jump, otherwise you've got to go all the way back around. Basically where I'm going now, back up and do it, try again. If you fail it. So back through there, smashing this, and then up on this lift. So you want to take left route here. You need to go right, but we want to take this left route because we'll get a collectible. It's one of the amulets. So just make your way up here. Either kill the enemies or just make your way past them. There's another white flower there if you want to refill healing. So you got to kill all these enemies. Did you see the gate just close behind us? So we're just going to get rid of these guys. There we go. It's easier if you come the top way because you can sort of get rid of all these top spiders one by one. Otherwise, if you go the bottom way first, you have them all sort of attacking you at once. But this way, sort of one at a time. I mean, there's that Amulet Fragment. Make sure you get that Amulet Fragment, guys. Yeah, he's sometimes got the one just to the right attacking as well, but for the most part, it's easier going the top way first. So once you've got all the ones hanging down from the ash string, you got to get the 3 along the bottom now, the crawling ones that run out of web. And yeah, just be very careful. I mean, I'm low level, so it should be a lot easier for you. But these are dealing a lot of damage to me, so I'm just trying to play it safe. Keep them distance and use some range attacks. There we go. Once you got them all, oh, one more left. The gates will open up. There we go, and now we can leave here and head into another save room. And see to the right there, there's a finding. And that is the Night White Priestess. That's step number 59 on my map. And in this room, the first collectible, be very careful. You see I jumped, it looked like I jumped over a normal floor, but it's actually an invisible gap there. So you need to make sure you jump over it. You can see the hole just below it. Make sure you double jump across there, otherwise you'll fall down. If you do fall down, just start and return to your spike, guys, and do that again. So make your way over here. And quickly kill this and drop down. I guess you could just dash through and take the damage and drop down, but I'll just get rid of him first. Them little bats, by the way, really annoying because they actually knock you back. But the hammer, the Gerard sort of hammer thing, that actually kills more than one hit if you want to use that hammer on them. So you got a file here, guys. Defense of the Twin Spires, number 1, and then ground pound down in that gap. And you'll reveal Stagnant Blight times 10 in that little secret area there. And that's everything in this room. You can see it's just turned orange. And yeah, this room's very annoying. This way you want to use the hammer guy. Gerard or Gerard. Yeah, this way you want to use the hammer guy. Yeah, normally one attack will stun all these. He's very slow. And when I first played this, I did use him quite a lot because He does a lot of stagger damage, but when you're trying to be quick, he's just so slow at attacking, so I don't really use him too much now. You may want to have a little play with him, but by the way, you do not get, when it comes to upgrading your pink spirits, you only actually get enough to fully upgrade like 2 or 3. That's if you don't grind, and grinding takes ages on this game for blight, for upgrading spirits. So you just got a silver note there, guys. Another finding, another file there just to the left of this respite. And I was just unhighlighting that relic. Yeah, you get enough blight to upgrade about 6 normal spirits, but the pink spirits you only get enough to upgrade 2 or 3. So you need to be very careful what you upgrade. So just coming to the right here now, and then to this room below. We're going to get everything in this room now, which we are in now, and this is step 64, 65 and 66. So carefully jump down there and then double jump across there. You can see where the platforms are because you can see the chains, and then make your way up here, guys, and there's a chain of sorcery hidden in that pot there. And I've got a trophy. I think that's for getting level 10. Yes, I only just got that. And I didn't even kill them. The poison missed it. And over here, we've got another enemy to kill. Now, this spirit's pretty good. He fires... He's an archer. As you can see, the fallen archer. Hawkeye in zombie mode. But... yeah, as you can see, I'm just using close range build. Just keep getting behind him. Because his attacks, he normally takes long times. He's not very good with his bow. It takes him like 5 minutes to draw his arrow back. So you just get behind him when he's about to stop and do an attack. Get behind him, then obviously lob your attacks on him. And he falls quick enough. He dies quick enough. It's not too bad. There we go. It's defeated. Yeah, his spirit, he gives you the archer spirit. It's quite good, like I say, because you fire like about 6 arrows. And each arrow, if they hit, they do like 50 damage each. You know, more and more as you upgrade it. The tricky thing is getting them all to hit, because it's got quite a wide arc. But if you're close to a big enemy, like really close, you can make them all hit. And we've got a trophy there, light. We've got a light trophy. And over here, guys, is a priestess wish. Basically what that does is that makes it so your healing heals you for more. So like a permanent upgrade to your healing. And I've just returned to respite. And yeah, I'm just going to assign the fallen archer now. I'm just going to replace it with that bloody stupid spider. And I'm going to upgrade the western merchant. And I'm also going to upgrade the fallen archer. And we're also going to upgrade Dark Witch Elaine. You should have enough to do that if you've collected everything along the way that I have. If you haven't, don't worry too much. It just means you won't quite do as much damage as me. But if you're high level, then you're better off than what I am anyway. So we've just dropped down from that safe room. And we're just making our way over here now, guys. We're going over step 67. Step 67 here. And I fall down here in a second. I remember this. Yeah, it's a bloody stupid fly hits me, or it's in an arrow. Yeah, so over there, some stagnant blight times 10. Yeah, be careful when you're jumping across here, because if you get hit, you'll fall down just like that. Wow. Okay, now. Us tried that so many times, I thought I do not want to get knocked off there when I'm actually recording it. And look what happens. Anyway, back up here. Just make your way back up if you did fall down. Be very careful. And all the way over here. We'll be at a save room in a minute. So if you are getting a bit low in healing items, don't worry. So as you come into this room, just jump off and then do a ground pound. And you'll reveal that secret area. And there's Amulet Fragment in there. Amulet Fragment. And now we're just heading to the far left now. There's going to be a secret lever we're going to hit on the way there. On the way out of this room. And it's just in here, see the dark patch of floor just there where I'm doing the ground pound. Under there's a little lever, and I'm almost dying trying to get down to that switch. He really does not want me to get to that switch. The switch keeper. I guess they're the crypt keepers, aren't they? Switch keepers, they should be called. So once you hit that switch, just come over to the far left. And there's a file here, guys. Frasia's Memoirs number 4. And there's a switch there to open that little shortcut, and you're back at this respite from earlier. Yeah, that's step 69, that file we just picked up. Yeah, these files, which are very, very close to an entrance into a room, they're quite easy to miss because you don't quite see them as easy, because automatically you keep on running when you come into a room, and it's quite easy to miss them. So yeah, make sure you got a file. So that switch, I just passed it just there, if you have missed it. And we're almost on the boss, guys, almost on the boss here. So into this water, and that switch basically opens that gate there to let you come down in that little secret tunnel in the water. Just make your way to the left now, and you're going to get ancient souls here. And basically what this item lets you do, it's basically an upgrade material for the Umbral Knight weapon. So we've got ancient soul ×2. I don't know why this spirit, and I just returned to respite there, guys. I'm going to upgrade it now, my ancient, my Umbral Knight. Yeah, enhance Umbral Knight. Yeah, I don't know why only this spirit has its own unique upgrade material. It's only the spirit. Everything else, the pink spirits use Furious Blight, and the standard spirits use Stagnant Blight. But for some reason, Umbral Knight has got its own unique material, the Ancient Souls. So I don't know why that is. It's not like the Umbral Knight is like an OP weapon, so I don't know why that is. But perhaps it's for story reasons. I don't know. But just carefully make your way along the top of this room now. Obviously, be careful you don't fall down, so you've got a long way back up. Yeah, make your way up here. We're going on step 71 now, guys. 71. And once you're up here, yes, be very tricky with all these pots. There'll be a lot of pot monsters here. And basically behind that pot, it's a switch. You see the activate prompt appear. Now, normally, you'd smash that pot and see the switch hidden behind it. But you don't have to smash it. Obviously, you just won't know it's there unless you smash it, or if you're watching a guide like this. So yes, I do give in and finally decide to kill him. I was trying to get through it without killing him, but I gave in eventually. The sucker, little punk, he's never stopped me before. Basically them two little pots above has got a secret item inside. There we go, Amulet Fragment. That's step number 71 on the map. So just make your way to the right now, find the switch. It's hidden behind that big pot there. Be careful with the green ones, because they release that poison mist, and they can kill you really quick if you stepped inside it. So I hit that switch behind there, and once you get up to, this is what the second floor, I guess. Bottom floor you got ground, then first floor, and then second, I guess. So you can see that switch there, but it's a big pot monster near that. I have no idea what the proper name is. So I just kill him from a distance. Luckily they are unable to jump, because pots can't jump, they can't bend their legs, can they? Because they don't have any. So just kill him from a distance with your ranged attacks. Once you get to the very top, come over here where all these exploding enemies, so I'll be very careful. And in the top right pot you've got a chain of sorcery there. And when you're picking that up, stay on the top right of the platform, on the rightmost part of it, and then if that green pot gets destroyed, you shouldn't be in the poison mist. So in this room, guys, we're almost at the boss. We're just going to get the loot in this room, the blight, at step 73. Then we're going to go up to unlock the shortcut back to the nearest save room, and then we're going to go and engage the boss. So we go stagnant blight ×10. Once you've got that, just make your way to the left here along the top ledges and jump up. Open the shortcut back to the respite. I have no idea what the name of this respite is. Yes, I'm just going to rest here and we'll make sure we're ready for the boss. So we can't really enhance anything. Relic wise, we want the broken music box, we want the Kiltus ring, we want Fresh's ring of course, and we want Manisa's ring. So make sure you got them rings equipped. These are the spirits I've got: Guardian Sigfrid, Fallen Archer, Gerard, Western Merchant, and Dark Witch Elaine on the other set. So they're my spirits, guys. And once you're ready, let's go. Yeah, this boss might be quite difficult for you. If you give this a few attempts and you're hitting a bit of a wall here, because if I remember right, I did hit quite a bit of a wall with this boss when I first played the game. There's a find in there. When you first come into this room, guys, there's a file there on the left. You'd see unfinished note. Make sure you get that file as you come into this room. So, Guardian Silver. Yeah, if you do hit a wall with her, guys, you just can't after a few attempts. Just level up a bit more and you should find it a little bit easier. So, yeah, I use close range attacks first for her first two stages. Then her third stage, I use range attacks. So, just use a combination of that triangle spirit, sorry I do forget the names, and the circle spirit I've got there, the archer, which is a combination of them. Oh, I think that middle one's Siegfried, isn't it? Yeah, that's Siegfried and the archer. So just using a combination of them for the first and second stages. Obviously, watch out, she jumps around a lot and lobs a lot of projectiles. Make sure you dash through these, and especially if you try and get behind her when you're doing your attacks. When you use triangle attacks, try and make sure you're on the ground when you do it, because that attack does more damage. That's it. And get close when you use the archer. The closer you are, the more arrows will hit her. Sometimes when she does like a normal melee attack, sometimes she'll do it a single attack, sometimes she'll do like a combo. So whenever you see her just doing a normal melee attack on the ground, always be ready to dodge, or if you dodge behind her, attack and then dodge behind her again, just in case she does a 2-hit combo, which is a melee on the floor. And then obviously when she's jumping around, you're just going to keep dodging through her projectiles. As you see what I'm doing here, I try and wait for her to land before I hit her. You will find you will be wasting your spirits quite a lot here, because you'll cast them and then she'll jump away. But as you can see here, if you can time it right when you've knocked her down a stagger gauge and she's staggered, you can sort of air juggle her a little bit. But this is her last stage. Basically, she goes into hyper mode. This is where I start my range attack. My range is my range build. So when she's doing that, where she sort of rises up off her feet, she does some like 6 pillars or so around her of like a dangerous light. Make sure you get away from her when she does that. Not too far away, because you still want to be within range for your range attacks, but not too close that you get hit by it. And you're just keeping it a distance now, just finding that right distance. You're not too close. There she is, she's doing it again. When she floats in the air, be ready to get away from her, guys. And you see some of her attacks when she sort of does like a Hadouken, a Yorkian sort of attack. Obviously she's going to lob that massive Hadouken at you. Get ready to dash through that. When she sort of runs across the floor of her hands, she does like a dash, which is different. But when she crawls on the floor of her hands, she does like a real long dash, wind up. She does like an uppercut. Be very careful of that. As you see here, I dashed away, but really want to try and dash behind her when she's doing that, because it can be tricky to get away from her in time. Yes, but that's it, guys. Guardian Silver, like I say, you get some good abilities here. You get the Guardian Silver Spirits, and basically when you use some attacks, it lets you sort of get more height, a little bit more height and a little bit more distance. And you get the dash ability now. Basically it lets you, it changes your dodge to like a proper dash, a proper like dash attack, much better. And you get the tenacity trophy. So just defeated Silver. I'm just going to change the setup a bit. So I've assigned the Guardian Silver weapon to slot 2 in place of Gerard. As you saw there, you need that Guardian Silver weapon equipped almost all the time now, because it's like a movement weapon as well. It improves how high you can get. You'll see in a second. So we just dropped down from that safe room, guys, and we're just making our way left here. And as you can see here, that's the silver weapon. You hold square when you're in the air. You can do it twice, like a 2-hit combo, and it makes you go a bit higher and a bit further. It knocks you back a bit. Just got Amulet Fragment from a pot there, and they just drop it down below. Amulet Fragment from that pot. Yeah, the Guardian Silver ability, you jump in the air, then you hold square with it, and it makes you go up a bit and to the left, as you can see there. And every time you press jump or dash, you can do it again. But remember, you can only double jump once, and you can only use dash once. So normally what you do, you jump once, you can do it twice, then you dash, do it twice again, and then do your double jump, and then do it twice again. And that's how you get a lot of movement in the game. And other than that, you get a few more movement upgrades, but other than that, that's mainly what the movement is like in this game. So I'm just building up my SP now. So we've also got an SP gauge, and I've just dashed in the middle of that large enemy, because behind it is a relic. You saw I just got a relic from behind it, the prayer relic. Yeah, that one there. Well, the white priestess statue, just got that relic from him. That was step 77, by the way. And now we're going to fast travel to the Witches Hermitage. Yeah, so when you kill enemies, it builds up your SP gauge, guys, and your pink spirits, you hold up and press one of them and it does a special attack, only on your pink spirits, by the way. And here we're just going to make our way up to the right. So I can see here it will always knock you back behind. So I just got a cracked familiar stone relic from that chest, and then we just returned to respite, and now we're going to warp to, well, I'm going to equip that first. That cracked familiar stone which you just got, that reduces damage a bit. I think this one is 10%, and I think that other one's 7%, and the one we get later is 15%, I think. So I've just equipped that, and we're going to warp now to Bridgehead. Going to warp to Bridgehead. Yeah, when you use the silver attack to get a bit more height, you always need to face away from the way you want to go, because it knocks you back a bit. It does take a moment to get used to it. Just play about with it for a little bit. Just let yourself get, familiarise yourself with how you do it. Now, just go into this room. We've got a chain of sorcery there. This is step number, looking on my map now, this is step number 79 we just got. Up here is step 80, Stagnant Blight times 10. We're doing a bit of collectible hunting now, and then we're going to head to the top right of the game. And got one more collectible here on this map. We've got Furious Blight times 10 in this room, sorry, not the map. Yeah, once you've done this part, you'll be about halfway through the game. Probably, yeah, about halfway through the game. So, and up here, you've got Stagnant Blight times 10 there. And that is step number 82. And when you collect Blight, by the way, you normally get it, you can get it in like an amount of 10, 30 or 800. I think it is. The 800 amounts, they'll be much later, because as you can imagine, you need like most of the abilities in order to reach them, because it basically let you upgrade a lot. It let you max upgrade something, they will. So they're basically what you get later. Now that big red eye there on the floor, you need a lot more height to get there. Now normally you have to climb up that house on the left and jump off, but if you get maximum height from this ledge there, you can just get enough height and then ground pound, and then you smash it. You just get enough height. Yes, I did get a bit close with damage there, and you got Stagnant Blight times 10 there, and you got another Stagnant Blight. So you got two caches of Stagnant Blight there, guys. And I've returned back to respite afterwards, and now we're going to fast travel to the collapsed shack. And we're going to do a bit more collectible hunting now before we head into the next main area. So we're just heading into the background here through that little doorway in the background, and we're going to get an item here which increases the XP gain. I just took the wrong way there for a second. Yeah, this item now increases XP. I think I have got it wrote down again. Like I said, something else. I've got it wrote down somewhere. I can't quite remember what it is. I'll try and find it out for the next part. I think this increases XP gain by about 10%, I think. So just got that, and then we return to respite. And these XP items, we're always going to have them equipped as soon as we get them. So this is the first one, Bloodstained Ribbon. And by the way, with these, I do get the XP items as soon as we can get them. I think I do the same with the damage items as well. The items that reduce your damage and the items that give you more XP, I get them as soon as we get the abilities to get them. You can get some of them perhaps a little bit earlier, but it'd be a case of moving enemies around, and it's very, very annoying. But yeah, we get them the earliest you can get them by using your main abilities. Right, so we're in this room now, just to the left of that collapsed shack safe room. I'm going to get 3 items in here, number 85, 86 and 87 on my little map in the description. Yeah, you get some blight, you'll get an amulet, and then some more blight. So going to ground pound through there and make our way to the left here. We've got amulet and furious blight times 10. Yes, you got a fragment there and furious blight times 10. Then you can see down edge to the right some more blight. That's stagnant blight times 10. And now we've got them, we're going to just head into a few other rooms from earlier. Just lift up that switch so you can open that gate. Going to make our way through here and ignore that first sort of a tunnel leading down. We're going to take this next one here. If you remembered, we did ground pound through this earlier in the last part, I think it was. So in here there's going to be 4 items we're going to collect now. So drop down here, there's a hidden Chain of Sorcery in that crate, that far right crate, a Chain of Sorcery. Make sure you get that. That chest above, you got a relic in there. Well, sorry, an amulet gem. An amulet gem. That's actually a different colour on my map. I need to fix that. And down here, we've got a chest. In that chest is the Giant's Ring. So you got a Giant's Ring there, guys. And you got a Stagnant Blight times 10 there. That's all the items in that room. See, it just turned orange. That Giant's Ring, by the way, it only increases damage by literally about 5%. It's not a good amount. That's why I did not get it earlier. It's such a small amount. And up here, guys, we've got Stagnant Blight times 10. And there's one more item in this room before we start making our way to the next area. One more item that's to the far left. Yeah, one more item over here. And this is Blight again. Yes, now I do get to this by jumping from the roof, but you can get to this one from the floor. Yeah, I get to it from here, but you can get to it from the floor. You don't have to come this way. Yeah, there it is. I actually didn't try that before. That's just luck. Stagnant Blight times 10. Yeah, you can get to it from the floor, guys. Don't worry. You don't have to do it from the top like I did. And then return to Respite afterwards. And then we're going to warp to. Yeah, so we can equip something else now. So I'm going to equip the Manisa's Ring on top of what I've already got. Yeah, so I've mainly got the damage. Yeah, we're going to warp to the ossuary. Yes, I've mainly got the damage, the damage relic, the XP relic, and obviously I've just got to equip that ring as well. So in this Respite, just going to make our way to the left, and you can see the Stagnant Blight hanging down that Spider Corpse. Furious Blight times 10. That is step number 94, guys, on my map. And I'm going to make our way down there, and we just got a note there, guys. Silver Note 2, Silver's Note number 2. And they're going to make our way right in the water and get Furious Blight times 10. Now you can just get up here. You can just get up here. And I'm going to dash into the wall there. You've got to be very careful with the dash when you try and get height, because sometimes you can dash too far away from a ledge and you try and climb up. So you have got to just sort of do it in the right order, or start the jump in the right distance away. So you can do your first jump, 2 attacks, dash into the ledge you want to get up to, 2 attacks, and then you double jump, and then 2 attacks again to reach it. So here, Holy Spring Water, guys. We've got a trophy though, Relic Hunter. Yes, I had to kill that enemy because there was a gate. I had to kill him to unlock the gate. We return to Respite, and yes, that's a relic which has got Holy Spring Water. That basically makes your heal you for a little bit more. Just seeing if I can upgrade anything else. So I've just upgraded the Guardian Segrit Spirit a little bit more, because we're going to be using that quite a lot now. This next area we'll be going into soon. There's some dragon enemies, and they're very annoying because they follow you. They follow you around a lot of the room. It's not like a lot of these normal enemies on the floor, the ground-based enemies. They don't really move too much or follow you. But these dragons in the next area, they sort of fly around the level. And they do de-aggro eventually, but they do follow you quite a bit. So it is best to just try and get rid of them. So here, guys, in this pot, we've got an Amulet Fragment. Amulet Fragment there, that's step 98. Step 98 there. And then we're making our way left, back up again, and we're going to get a note. This is the Heirloom of Land's End. That's been added to findings, another note. If you do miss any collectibles, by the way, don't worry about it too much. You know what you've missed because the room will be blue. So you know what you missed. So when we be clearing up near the end, when you have the abilities, there's a secret wall there on the right, by the way. Stagnant Blight times 10 in there. And then I just sort of jump across and make my way back up. Yes, you can drop down if you want there, but then you just got a bit more further you have to climb up because you fall down a bit. But basically making our way up to the top right. Yeah, if you do miss any collectibles that I do get, you realise you've missed something or you don't quite have enough blight, the same blight than what I have, don't worry, when you do clean up later, you know what you've missed because the room will be blue. Don't worry. And you can look at the blue room, then you can look at my map, see where I've put the numbers, then you know roughly where that item is. So Stagnant Blight times 10 there, guys. Stagnant Blight times 10. Yes, and Yeah, you just go at the end and you can just get everything then. Just go into blue rooms and get anything that you've missed. So Frasia's memorized number 3 there. Finding that room's just turned orange as well. And we're heading right now into the top right area, which is the Twin Spires. So you've got Stagnant Blight times 10 here. Yeah, the Twin Spires, the boss there, it drops another... It basically it gives you wall jump. It gives you wall jump and... so obviously it makes basically once you've got wall jump and this other ability, Furious Blight there guys times 10, we can almost reach just about anywhere. To be honest, I think we can. I think once you get this wall jump, we can reach just about anywhere if you combine all these different abilities we've got, which increase your height and your distance covered when you're jumping. Here, another respite, and there's a Bloodied Note number 1 guys, another file, Bloodied Note number 1. So I'm just going to rest there. Now this area it is a little bit difficult. Obviously it's more difficult for me, so I'm low level. But if you find you're dying a bit too much here, just try and kill the stronger enemies. Killing the stronger... Basically when you kill... As you progress through the game, the strongest enemies, the further you are into the game, will always sort of give you the most XP. If you're sort of looking for the enemy that gives you most XP, it's always sort of the strongest enemies, the furthest you found into the game. So these are the annoying dragons. Yeah, so get rid of them quick. I normally just jump, use the triangle Segreed attack, and I use the archer spirit as well. So I jump, use Segreed, and use the archer spirit. And normally, if that hits them, if that all hits them, it'll knock them down. If you knock them down from a good height, they take a lot of fall damage. Them guys, obviously they're in the sky, so they're going to take tons of fall damage. So if you can make them fall down, that's a good thing about that. Normally if they hit, it doesn't quite kill them, but it knocks them down. And because they're already flying, it does a lot of damage and normally finishes them off. But I don't really bother killing anybody else, just them dragons. So I unlock that shortcut as well. Did you just see there? I'm coming to this room above. Basically here's, in this room is 106 steps, 106, 107 and 108. So yeah, you see how annoying these dragons can be. So I'm using these spirits. If they don't quite fall from a good height when they land, when you do stagger them in the air and they fall down, it won't do any damage. So it does have to be probably, if you say your character's about, I don't know, she's about 2 foot tall, ain't she? Well, if you say she's about 3 foot tall, well, it's probably about the double the height of the dragons they have to fall down. So if they fall down, it's about the double the height of the dragon. Normally I do quite a lot of fall. But if they only fall down about height of one dragon, it won't really do any damage. So just got that Stagnant Blight times 10 there. That is step 106. And we're just making our way back across now to the middle sort of area of this room, and we're going to make our way up. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all these dragons we passed. It's getting some nice XP for me as well, finally. Yeah, they are leveling me up quite quick, but it's only because I'm such a low level. So I probably don't need much XP to hit the next levels. Yeah, the thing is, when you're doing the jumping, when you're trying to do the jumping tricks here, you have got to be careful of getting stunned, because it sort of ruins your momentum. So if there's any enemies around where you're doing it, you sort of need to get rid of them, because you need to be uninterrupted. Because it does take a moment. I mean, it takes about 5 seconds, doesn't it, to fully do it. So up here, top of this little wall, we've got a chain of sorcery. That is step 107, guys, on my map. Up here, there's a switch which you need to pull to open the gate below. You just see it below, that gate just opened. So I need to be very careful. As you can see, I'm getting low on healing. I'm getting very, very low on healing. And another dragon. This dragon will follow you down. You see there's a floor there we have to drop down by pressing down and jump. He will follow you through there. So I'm just getting rid of him. Because here is that item and we need to climb up the wall here. So I'm just getting rid of all these enemies. And yeah, they almost kill me. I'm getting close to death here. Right, and right up here, hidden in this little corner, is a Amulet Fragment. Amongst all them enemies, an Amulet Fragment there. And that's everything. You can see we're orange now. But I almost forgot, just going to open this shortcut gate. But it's going to be a rest room, guys, in a second. Yeah, so you're just going to drop down in the middle here. Yeah, there's a bigger dragon there. In this rest room, you got a file there, Bloodied Note number 2. and I'm just going to rest here to get all my healing uses back. Yeah, in this map you go through a lot of rooms. The save rooms in this map are quite spaced out. They're quite spaced out, so you have got to be very careful here. It's more like a Twin Spires. It's more like sort of survivability. I guess the ruined castle is quite similar. Yeah, these last few areas, the safe rooms are quite spaced out. So I just pull that switch on the left, and then I'm coming over here to get this stagnant blight ×10. Watch out, red water, it does damage you. I do fall in it just to avoid damage from the dragons, which is worse. I took the lesser of the two evils there. Right, so up that lift, and I press that switch just to bring that down while I'm going to get that blight. So once you get up there, I'm just going to come to the far right here, guys, because there is a save room here on the right. And this is going to be step 111, step 111. You got Hyena's Diary 3, number 3. Honus, I'm not sure how you say its name. And just heading back into this room now, and now we're going up. Up here is step number 112. Now here, behind me on the right, you can't quite see it, there's an orange door. Now if you stand behind here and charge up silver and then have it attack, it should reach, you can see it there. There's a little switch to open that door. And where I just jumped up there a second ago, that's where you normally have to come down here. And in that chest, it's a Ricorous ring. That gives you another SP gauge, which is really helpful, guys. Yeah, so you see that switch there? We basically hit there from behind. Charge up your silver attack from behind the door and should reach it. You can't quite see, but it should reach it. But if you come down the normal way, you normally have to smash the ground and then drop through that water. Now I'm just making way up here. There we go. Yeah, just up here, and you can just get up here. You can just get up, as you can see. Yeah, some blight there. You can just make it. There we go. Stagnant blight ×30. Quite a big stash. Quite a big stash, that one. Yeah, I think you're supposed to have another ability to do that. You get like an upcut ability later, which lets you get quite a lot of height. You can see that green switch there. Now, as you can see there, you can just reach it. I jumped up and I just reached it. If they ever patch that, it just means you're going to have to go down and to the left and make your way up here. But we're just going into the top left room now. Top left exit, sorry, into this room. And a lot of tough enemies here, but we're just making our way to the far left first because there's a safe room to the far left. So make our way to the far left. That room in the middle there, which is locked, don't worry about that. We come to that room right at the end of the game. Well, not right at the end, but near the end. So you've got a file there, guys, monument engraving. Basically, there's hidden floor there. Hold down and press jump, either left or right of the safe room. So respite, and you can see here, I'm going to equip the Ricorous ring, swap it out for the Minaris ring, because that gives you another SP gauge, and I'm also equipping that ring, Holy Spring Water, that makes your healing ring, heal you for more. And I've upgraded the Western Merchant there to level 4. I've just upgraded the Western Merchant Spirit to level 4. And then right, we're ready to go. As you see there on the bottom left, we've got 2 SP gauges now. And I'm just going to get rid of these tough enemies here. Well, the dragon. I thought I was going to have to get rid of the pots, but I didn't have to. Basically, you see what I want to do here. I want to jump from here and make our way up to that ledge above. There you go, you can just make it. And then we're going to make our way across to the right, because there's an Amulet Fragment on this sort of floating island in the middle. There it is, growing on that bush. There's a sword. Somebody died here, obviously. It wasn't me. And that was 115, that step. Yeah, so we'll just make our way up to the boss now. So you're going to come across a lot of sort of maze-like areas now, where you've got a lot of levers to pull. You've got to open a gate and then make your way back. Now, them red eyes are very annoying. To dodge them, you basically need to parry. So if you're in the area of their attack and you're not going to be able to get out in time, just stay still and keep pressing R2 to parry. Just keep pressing R2. And you see to the bottom left there, I just showed you, you saw the switch. Now you can't hit it, but if you had Gerard and you if you did Gerard's special attack, his ultimate, you know, his SP move, you can actually hit it. You have to use Gerard. But I bring you up this way because just show you how to do it if you don't have Gerard like me, and if you don't have 4 SP. But yeah, that's if you want to get to that bottom left door a bit easier. Use Gerard's ultimate attack, but I don't have him equipped, so I'm going to show you this way, and this will give you a bit of nice XP as well, and also show you the way. So you sort of got 3 gauntlets as you make your way up here. So it's basically 3 dragons in each of the gauntlets. But if you can get rid of the dragons pretty quick. And remember to use your super attacks. You can see I've got 2 full gauges now on the bottom left. Yeah, remember to use your super attacks. Elaine's attack, by the way, Elaine's super attack probably does the most damage out of everyone, especially when it's fully upgraded. Yes, Elaine's super attack. But the thing is, it can be difficult to hit because it covers the whole area around you. And so most of the projectiles miss with a single enemy. As you can see there, like 4 of the projectiles miss. But each projectile can do quite a lot of damage. Fully upgraded, each projectile does like 800 damage. It's crazy. But I'm just making my way down here now. And just underneath that lift is a Amulet Fragment. So send it back up once you're on the bottom and get the Amulet Fragment. That was number 116. Now, just making my way through here. And up to the far right, up to that elevator connected to the chain. And I'm going to ride this to the left, to the middle. And once you get to the middle, there's going to be a switch we want to hit in order. Yeah, hit that switch in order to bring the next one across. There it is, there it comes. These birds are annoying, they keep sort of teleporting. I don't know why a bird needs to teleport when it can fly. So I've just dropped down near that tower. You see that tower in the background? I've just dropped down near that, just before it. Don't drop down too early, otherwise you'll drop down to the room below. You have to make your way all the way back up, which you don't want to. If you're worried, just drop down when you're in line with the tower. You see that tower in the background? Yeah, if you're worried, just drop down when you're sort of in line with the tower. And then there's that little secret wall. And then we just come through here, drop down, and then come into this room on the right. There's a lever there to open that gate, and it brings you back to this restroom from earlier. Yeah, you'd be coming back into this restroom quite a lot. There's about 50 different ways into this room. Now this bit's like a little puzzle area. So basically you want to go back to that first lift. I'll make my way back there. I forgot where I was for a second. Yeah, make your way up on this lift. And then make your way to the left lift, then ride that up. And then you basically need to go right, but I'm just going to show you on the left here. So you see just above me there's a gate, and you see that green switch at the top here. You can use some of your special attacks to reach that, but you need to come along the bottom anyway, because you need some collectibles. So that's how you parry them red eyes. You just keep spamming parry if you're inside its sort of area of attack. So just coming back down by taking that way on the right. And now you can come down here. There you go. Now that lifts us all the way at the top. And then you come down here, you drop down here because there's a file. This is going to be number 1, step 118 on the map. There's a file here. And it's bloodied note number 3. Then make your way back. Yeah, make your way back up here. I'm trying to get up. I just don't want to go near that red eye because they're annoying. Probably should have, so I almost died there. Yeah, then make your way here. And in the middle here, guys, it's a little secret. Yeah, more mice here. The amount of rats I've seen lately, especially after playing Plague's Tale. Stagnant Blight times 10 at the top here. And just keep dropping down. Get back. And you're going to ride this platform up now. And then you're going to move to the left and then ride the other platform down, just so you can get into the room that was underneath that lift. So that Stagnant Blight we just got was step 119. So you're just making your way down here now. Now you can get down here finally, hit that switch, open that, and come through there. You want to hit that elevator. Basically that's back to the save point. And actually want to come back here to rest and refill everything. Yeah, see all the waste in there, and they make a way back along the bottom now. And a little gauntlet here, you have to get rid of all these enemies. Rid of all these, so just be careful, take your time. These shield guys, you can hurt them a little bit from the front, but really need to get behind them. So get rid of the dragons first if you can, then get them close together, and if you use Silver's special attack, she does the sort of pillars, them sort of red pillars which will damage them. And they're better for these knights because it doesn't matter if you're in front of them or not, that'll damage them either way. Yeah, but if you use normal melee attacks, dash behind them. Now the last enemy is behind here, it's one of them pot monsters. So I'm just going to use close range attacks on him quickly. Should be easy by himself. That's it, once you've got him, that will open the gate to the far left. Got to make our way up the left side of this sort of castle now, at the left side of it. But there is some items. There's a this will be item number 120. There's some blight just up here. You can just get to it if you use all your jumping abilities you have so far. There we go, it's stagnant blight times 30. And yeah, like I say, we're going to make our way up the side of the tower now. There's going to be a lot of them eye enemies, so watch out for them. I guess it's best just kill him. There's a dragon there. Yeah, watch the dragon. Probably should have killed him so I almost die here. That bloody thing knocks me down, that little worm. And little worm almost... I managed to avoid the dragon, the red eyes. But no, the worm almost beats me. Archer there, watch the archer. Watch that worm below, he actually kamikazed off. He knew what was coming. So there's a chest up here, you can just reach it. But I'm just going to get rid of that dragon first. So, because that will happen, it will just interrupt me. Right, that full damage will definitely kill him. Right, so in that chest, there's an item which gives you health back when you damage an enemy. Yeah, small amount of HP. It's not a lot. I think it's 2% of your max HP. It's not a lot, yeah, 2% of your max HP on each attack. But it's very good with weapons that do multiple attacks at once, because you'll get HP for each attack. Say if you've got an attack which hits an enemy 5 times, you'll get you'll recover sort of 10 HP from that. But by itself it's just not very good, and it uses up 3 slots as well. But there's another relic later which gives you HP back. It gives you, like, I think the other relic gives you 20% HP back on kill. And if you combine them, they're very, very good together. Right, so up here, guys, this is the room where we're the top left room in the Twin Spires with collectible 122 inside. It's a relic, so you basically got this elevator you have to activate, and you've got like a little sort of elevator gauntlet, I guess. And it's not too difficult. It's all these enemies lobbing the axes at you, flaming axes. So I mean, I do get quite low in health here, so I probably should have been playing it a bit more safer than what I am. Look, I'm dashing around all over the place, but their axes, they can only throw them so far. So if you want to play it safe here, you're best off staying to the far right or the far left, and then just use some range attacks from there, and then just dodging the axes that come to you wherever you are. If you stay in the middle, you're going to have every single axe being able to reach you. But if you're on the far right or far left, only so many of the enemies will be able to reach you. So that's if you want to play it safe. Don't just dart around like I'm doing, because you end up with a little tiny bit of HP like me. And we've still got one more room to get through before we get to a rest room. So I just got an Amulet Fragment there. That was step number 122, guys, on my map. So here, yes, I'm just going to dash straight across. You do not need to fight these dragons. The super versions. So there's a flower there, a white flower, so just got 1 healing use back. So if you get to the far left here, watch out for all these worms. You can actually drop down and go back to the safe room from earlier. So just keep making your way back. That's it, drop down here. And it will take you back to the safe room from earlier. Here we are, the last entrance into this room. 1 out of 6, I think it is. So I just wanted to unhighlight all my new relics, which I've just done. So it's like 4 ways into that room. So I'll just make a way back here, and I'm just taking the top route because there's a chain of sorcery there in the crates. Yeah, chain of sorcery, make sure you get them. And then we're making a way to the right exit. There's only one right exit in this room. So make your way to the far right. And we're in the last room now before you get to the save point. And then make your way up to the boss. So when you first come in, just take the first, drop down and then take first left, and it'll bring you to this Furious Blight times 10. And I'll show you where the switch is to open the shortcut in this room. So just above my head there's a switch. You can see the gate just on top right of where I'm standing. You see the gate just come down the top right. Just above me is where the switch is. So if you jump up and use Siegfried Spirit, he should hit the switch in the room above. But I will show you in a minute where it is exactly. So I'm just coming down here. There's a switch you have to hit to open a trapdoor, which is on a timer. But first of all, we need to get the chest, because there's a relic inside. This is relic number 125 on my map. Step number 125. So in this chest, you got the Ancient Dragon Claw. That improves damage when you're airborne, and it's not a lot. I think it's like 7 or 10% damage. It's not a lot, so that's why I never use it. All the relics that improve your damage, they don't improve it by a lot, so I never really use them until we're farming later. So that switch I just pulled, guys, that's the switch you need to hit to open the trapdoor, and it's on a timer. So when you hit it, you have to be really quick. So you may want to just get rid of these enemies first. You want to play a bit safer. But this is a quick way. And when you're jumping up where the trapdoor is, jump up on the left, because if the trapdoor's about to close and jump up on the right, the trapdoor will push you away from the ledge. But if it's about to close and you're jumping up on the left, then you can still get up in time. So yeah, always jump up on the left when you try and climb out. Yeah, like I say, it's very close. You can probably afford 1 or 2 mistakes as long as you recover quickly and then get to the trapdoor on time. But if you make too many mistakes and you don't recover quick enough, so that's where the lever is, guys, to open that trapdoor. That's where we hit from the room below. And then make our way up here. We've got last safe room before the boss. Last safe room before the boss. So I'll show you my spirits. We're just going to enhance a few first. I'm going to change our relics a bit. So we've taken off Holy Spring Water. I'm going to equip the Monisus Ring. So this is what I've got equipped. Broken Music Box, Ferocious Ring, Cracked Familiar Stone. We've got Bloodstained Ribbon. We've got Ricorous Ring. And we've got Monisus Ring. And spirit wise, we'll enhance first what we can. So we're going to enhance Dark Witch Elaine. You're going to enhance Dark Witch Elaine. I've just got enough, so that's level 4. And we can't really upgrade anything else. Yeah, so spirit wise, we've got Umbral Knight, we've got Guardian Siegfried and Fallen Archer in set 1. Set 2, we've got Elaine, Western Merchant and Silver. Make sure you got them in orders, because obviously you've got your close range build, which is Umbral Knight, Siegfried and the Archer, and then the range build is Silver, Elaine and the Western Merchant. So to begin with, guys, I use a close range build, and you just want to keep trying to get behind him. This boss can quickly close the distance between you, so be very careful. Just you want to try and always stay close to him and get behind him. And when he's staggered, by the way, he staggers for quite a long time. Remember, you've got his special abilities. I try to use Elaine. I do a mix here. I use Elaine's special ability, and sometimes I use the Umbral Knight. I use a sort of combo of them. Elaine does more damage, but it's tricky to hit. But again, sometimes with the Umbral Knight, he dodges away anyway as you cast it. But stay close. Just keep using square attack, the Umbral Knight attack, using your Siegfried Spirit and your Archer Spirit. Obviously with the Archer, make sure you're close. Yeah, just keep trying to get behind him. Sometimes, similar to Silver, sometimes when he's doing a normal melee on the ground, sometimes he will melee twice, not always. Sometimes he will melee twice. So when you're hitting him and he's about to melee you on the ground, hit him a few times, dodge for his first melee, hit him a few times, then get ready to dodge again, so that you dodge behind him, ready for dodge a second, just in case he does it. But always try and stay behind him. Now, in this last phase, this is his last stage, by the way. It's hyper mode. Well, not quite hyper, but you see he's got the red aura around him. I use range attacks for this, and again, don't want to stay too close, but what I do, I just keep letting him come to me. I don't really move around too much, except when I'm dodging. I just sort of stay where I am. I use my range attacks, but I basically just stay still and dodge his attacks. I don't actually run around unless I'm dodging. Now, this attack, where he summons the pillars of that red light that will damage you, you know he's about to do it because he stays still and looks like he's about to punch the ground. You're going to get ready to dash into the middle where he is. You want to get ready to dash where he is, because the only safe place is where it's sort of really close to him. But to begin with, when he first punches the ground, there's like that there'll be a shock wave from where he's standing, so you want to make sure you time it right, so you dash to where he is, so you miss a shock wave from where he initially punches the ground and he dodges his attack. Obviously, you need to make sure you dodge all his attacks, most of them, obviously. But obviously, when he's going fast, just take your time, try and learn his attacks. If you're higher level, it should be a bit easier for you anyway. But as you can see, when he gets into his second and his third phase, he does a lot more different attacks. Just always try and get behind him when he's dodging, when he's getting close to you. And sometimes he will sort of do that wave, that sort of blast wave, that shock wave attack. Be ready to dodge that. Here guys, we've got a Priestess Wish that increases how much your healing restores. And we've got a white Priestess finding their file. I was quick to skip past that, but we did get a file there, white Priestess there. That's file number, well, collectible 128 on my map, guys. So straight into this one. So at that rest point, just near where we defeated the last boss, we'll just drop down and we come into the right here. Remember to reference my map if you get a bit lost. So that is collectible 129 on my map, and we're just dropping down. That's Furious Blight times 30. It's just dropping down, break this spell, and you find a chain of sorcery, so you can equip a few more relics. Well, we've got one more slot. After that, we're going to return to Respite, and that's going to put us back here. And now I'm just going to get my spirits back to where they were. So basically, I've just put Ulf on my set next to Silver, because Ulf is a good, basically Ulf is like a movement spirit as well. It makes you get a bit further, same with Silver. And we've just warped to the Monument of the Wind, so just warped to Monument of the Wind after assigning Ulf to the quick menu next to Silver. So we just come up here from a save point, and we're just heading out across here now to collectible 131. This is, and this is a amulet plus 20, so this one will give you 20 HP. So just make your way across there. Yes, I failed on my first attempt, forgot what I was doing there for a second. There you go, in that chest, amulet gem, and then return to Respite, and then we'll be warping to another Respite. So back to sitting down, fast travel, and I'm going to warp to the second Spire Chamber, I think it was that the name of it? And then from there, just heading left. Just heading left here. Basically, it's the rightmost save point in the Transpires. So just heading left, we're just continuing left to this room next to it. And I'm going to make our way left, down, and then out of the left exit. When it comes to using Ulf the Mad Knight, by the way, his spirit, in terms of covering greater distance when you're jumping, you'll see in a second, so I'll be showing you to get some collectibles. As you know, when you jump or when you dash, you can perform Silver's attacks again, but with Ulf you cannot do that. So you want to use Ulf and then dash straight after, and then start doing Silver's attacks to get more height. And in this room, as you see there, we've just climbed up the wall. You may need to get rid of one of them dragons in case he knocks you down. And then just climb that wall there, and you'll find that at the top. And then up here, guys, we've got an Amulet Fragment. And once you got that, that's step number 133 on my map. Back to the rest point, and now we're going to warp to the ossuary. So this is back to the catacombs, the ossuary, guys. And we're going to get a lot of blight soon. So we've just had in there. Did you just see it for a second? It was just beneath us. And what we're going to do, we're going to drop down to the room below, and then we're going to wall jump up to it. Yeah, there, we're just going to wall jump up to it like this. There we go. And that's Furious Blight times 30. After that, we're going to return to Respite to spawn back at one above. And then we're going to be warping to the bottom of the well. Now, guys. This is still in the catacombs, so to the bottom of the well. And from here, we're going to head right. And then we're going to head down here. Yeah, now this may take you a bit of practice, but basically, as you see there, we jump from the top of the wall. We do silver twice, and then we use Ulf, and then we dash straight after Ulf. We do use silver again twice, and then we double jump, and then you use silver again twice. And it's very close, it's very tight, that jump, and it takes you to Furious Blight times 800. Yes, that's a hell of a lot. But the last level to upgrade something does actually cost 800. Yes, in regards to covering that distance, it's very tight, that one, actually. So you need to make sure you're traveling as far as you can before you start doing the attacks again. And we just come over here now, just to the far right, and you find some more blight. And that is Stagnant Blight times 30. Then we're going to return back to Respite. Yeah, when it comes to upgrading, guys, don't just upgrade everything. Try to stick to a few things that you want to keep using. We're just warping now, guys, over to Bridgehead. Just warping to Bridgehead now. Yeah, when it comes to upgrading stuff, don't just upgrade everything randomly, because you may run out, and farming it end game can take a long time. Blight. So we just head into the far left here, guys. You see in Bridgehead. Yeah, so you may just want to try and upgrade what I do. There's a trophy for upgrading 5 things. And in this room, guys, we're just heading up and in the room to the right. Yeah, it's a trophy for upgrading 5 spirits, and it can be any spirits. It can be pink, it can be a mixture of pink, the normal ones. Even the Umbral Knight counts as one of them. So with the Umbral Knight, because this material is unique, you only really need to upgrade 4, because you'll be upgrading that naturally anyway for another trophy. So you need to just make sure you fully upgrade 4 knights as well as your Umbral Knight for the trophy for upgrading 5 spirits to full. It's just got a Stagnant Blight there, guys, times 30. As you see, we had to jump on that roof there and use ground pound from above to get enough height to break it. And up here we have the Cliffside Hamlet Elder. Yeah, obviously be careful on these guys. They do a lot of damage, these bigger enemies, especially if you're only level 32. But as you can see here on my close range build, we're using Siegfried and the Archer. Shortly, soon, we will be getting a spirit. It does like a tornado attack. But good thing about it doesn't really do great damage, but good thing about it is it just tons knockdown to damage, and it hits a lot, so it builds up your SP really well. We just got a Cliffside Hamlet Elder Spirit from there, and we're going to just jump up this wall. If you remember, we passed that ground pound floor earlier. Just going to jump off here, do a ground pound. Don't jump too far away. There we go. You got Furious Blight times 30 under there. Take that, and then warp back to Bridgehead. And now we're heading down underneath. Just head left and then down into the water. And we're heading to steps on my map number 140, 141 and 142 at the moment. We're going to get a lot of blight again in a second. So just come down here and you've got Furious Blight times 10 in the water there. Furious Blight times 10 in the water. And then you've got some tricky jumps again here. Just keep an eye on what I'm doing. You don't have to make your way all the way to that far right wall like I did. You can make your way to that middle one and then sort of wall jump up there to get all your movements back and then do it from there. You see there, we've just got 800 blight again. Wow. And then we're just coming off here, jumping into this pool of water, because at the bottom here is stagnant blight times 30. And after that, we're going to warp back to Bridgehead, back to Respite. And from there, yep, I'm just having a look, see if I can enhance anything. Should be able to enhance them. So I'm enhancing Sigrid. And I'm also going to enhance Dark Witch Elaine. And I've upgraded all for the Mad Knight little. And I've also just slotted the Holy Spring Water because I had a spare slot into my relics. And we're warping to, guys, the Coven Halls. The Coven Halls. When it comes to upgrading the pink spirits, by the way, the sort of the main ones, you want to make sure you've got enough to fully upgrade Dark Witch Elaine. Because you'll find out later, her special ability, when she's fully maxed, does literally tons of damage. It's like, does the most damage out of any ability in the game. Especially when every single projectile hits the enemy. And you'll see later, just got stagnant blight times 10 there, guys, in the water. You'll see later with some of the larger enemies, if you dash into the middle of them, so normally you can't get in there because you take damage, but if you dash to the middle of their, you know, their body, where you normally take damage, and then do that special attack, every single projectile normally hits them, and it's really well. Yes, I fucked that up. Fell down. Somehow, I don't know how, my double jump won't work. Sometimes your double jump don't quite work when you're wall jumping. Just got stagnant blight times 30 on there. Yeah, I'm not sure why double jump don't work sometimes when you're wall jumping. I mean, obviously you think it's because you double jump before you hit the wall. But normally when you come from a wall, you do get your movements back. So I don't know why. Sometimes I think it just counts as double jump, or you did one without realising, just a little teeny one. But we've just jumped, moved over here, guys. Got the Ruined Witch's Book relic. And just making our way back to that gravity thing, whatever this is. Floating waterfall, I guess you could call it. So just make your way up here. And we've got, what else we've got in this room? We've got a few more things in this room yet. We get a Chain of Sorcery next. We get a Chain of Sorcery, and then we get a spirit, the Tornado Spirit, which will actually be useful from now on, once we get it. So just coming all the way over here, and in this top right pot, in this sort of room, you got a Chain of Sorcery. You get 20 slots altogether, by the way, guys. I did mention in a previous part that it may have been 21, but I misremembered. It's actually 20, because I have actually completed this now, just actually adding all the commentary. So to come down on this lift, and here she is, Floral Sorceress. Just quickly wipe her out. Oh, she died pretty quick. Yeah, because you normally come down, you can normally come in much later in the game. I just come in this big room when we've got all the abilities, so we can get everything at once. So Floral Sorceress. Once you've got her, we will be using that. That's going to replace the Archer later, guys, that one. So it's going to make our way up here to the left here. And there's one more collectible we're going to grab. And you'll find, even when you're running by enemies, even if you don't mean to kill them, when we do slot that Floral Sorceress, yeah, just in this hidden wall, you got Amulet Fragment, and after that we're going to return to Respite. Yeah, if you just quickly, when you're running past an enemy, cast Sigrid and Floral Sorceress on it, and it builds your ESP really well. So there it is. We're just going to sign that where the Archer was. And I'm just unhighlighting that new relic. I'm just seeing if I can upgrade Floral Sorceress. We upgraded it to level 5. And now we're warping to the Witches Hermitage, guys. The Witches Hermitage. There's quite a bit of collectible gathering on this one. And then we'll be moving on to Stockade. So I guess this part's quite a long one. But you'll find what I do as we go on. I go and get the collectibles from rooms which we can actually clear the room on. So if there's a room where we can't quite get everything yet, I'll leave that until later till we can. What I normally do is at the beginning of each part, when we've got a new ability, I go and get I go and clear the rooms that we can, and any room we can't quite clear yet, I leave until later. So I've come to the far right here. We've got a file there, Elaine's diary number 1. Yeah, that's step number 150. We've got an amulet gem, sorry, 149. We've got amulet gem there. We've got a spellbound anklet, and at the top here we've got another file. If I can make my way up, my knees are hurting. And there we go, Elaine's diary number 2. And then after that we're going to warp back to Respite. And back at Respite we're just going to head left and enter the doorway in the background. Yes, there's 2 doorways in the background in this room. And in here we're going to head right first. And we're going to make our way through the water. And we're going to get some blight. Yeah, we'll get some blight first. And then shortly after that we're going to get a file and another prayer restoration thing, you know, where you examine the I don't know what it's adult, the Furious Blight times 10, I guess a statue, or the where somebody, one of your descendants died, ascendants even, yeah, that's the one. So you make your way up here, guys, and up here there's going to be a file. Yeah, to make your way up this wall, but once you get a pierce out ledge on your left, come over here and hit that switch, because that's going to open a doorway on the left, which we'll get to in a second. Once you get up here, hit that green switch up there just to open the shortcut, and then we'll get the file. And we'll get this file, guys, and that's a tarnished picture finding, tarnished picture. And yeah, I had to make a little edit there because I got to the end of this room and I realised it was still blue, and then I was like, what? And I actually forgot to get that. So here you go, Priestess Wish, from there, another Priestess Wish, and you notice my room's still blue. That's because, like I say, I didn't get that, and we've just pulled that switch. You have to pull that switch and then quickly come in the water and get to the left before the gate falls down. Where the switch is, you can see just on the left if you move your analog stick. And yes, you can see there my room is now orange because, like I said, I had to edit in, guys, that finding. Yeah, I got past the gate and the room was blue, and I realised I hadn't picked up that finding stupidly. So once you're in here, make your way to the left down the hill, and up here got Furious Blight times 30, and make your way down here and there'll be a secret wall just to the right near the bottom. There it is, you can just see the bit of wall that's broken slightly. You got Furious Blight times 10. Yes, the thing is, I'm not quite, when I'm running this, I'm just trying to memorise everything. Sometimes I just don't realise that I've forgot something. So here you have to be very, very quick. As soon as you pull that lever, you've got a very short time to get across. And as you see here, I've sort of built up my SP ready, so when we get to that enemy, I can just jump inside him, dash inside him, and do a special. So I just got Faden's Archives number 3, guys, file. Faden's Archives number 3, the file. So make sure you grab that. And I'm just assigning there the rusted blue ornament. And because soon we're going to be in water, quite a lot. So I'm just going to move some things. So we've got Ruined Witch's Book, rusted blue ornament. Yes, that's what we've assigned. You still want to make sure you got your XP items on and some damage ones. Yeah, but just something that will increase your movement ability in water. And damage you do. So just warp to here, guys. Back here. If you remember where this place is, this will lead us actually into the stockade. And we're actually going on to step now 159. Yeah, step 159 on my map we're going for. So just headed into this room to the right to that save point, which is warp to. And this save point is actually in the Witch's Thicket. It's basically like, it's a middle, sort of like the first save point in Witch's Thicket, the first save point from the left. So once you get here, just make your way up that wall jumping, and you'll find Stagnant Blight times 30. And then back in the water after, and into the stockade, almost into the stockade. This is the bit where I said loads of water. Now try not to touch these little spikes, they do a lot of damage. They're like little mines, but they don't explode, they just deal loads of damage to you. Just carefully make your way down. When you have to dash through them, trying to make sure you're dashing, you know, in a sort of direct line. Don't dash diagonally. Try and dash straight up or left or right through one, because you cover more distance that way. And through here, little secret wall, you've got a stagnant blight times 10. That's step 160, guys. 160, that one. And yeah, as you can see here, try to dash straight through something. Don't dash at an angle or try and dash through more than one, because you only just cover them. And like I say, they do a lot of damage. So next up is a Amulet Fragment. Just keep making your way through here. That's it. When it looks like you have to dash diagonally, don't, just sort of move down so you can straighten yourself up so you can move in a straight line through it. Amulet Fragment there, guys. HP plus 5 again. And continue right, and this will take us into a save point, down and right. The stockade, finally here. So you get a little cutscene, I'll skip that. And there's a file. So the Executioner's Vow added to the findings. And just going to rest at the bench. We're just going to keep our relics we have for a moment, because we're going to be back in the water in a second. So obviously for me here, the enemies are doing a lot more damage now. The enemies will jump, because we're in a new area. The enemies are going to sort of later area. The enemies going to get a bit tougher. So just make my way up here. You can just get up here. As you can see, you can just get up there. You get a stagnant blight times 30. You can just get up there. I think you're supposed to use a grapple hook, but if you just use your movement abilities right, you can just get up to that and get that. Let's clear this room in one. And then we'll just head to the bottom right now. Just keep going right. When the lights come on, you find Furious Blight times 10 in front of the steps. You'll be ambushed by some little worms. You can try and kill them or just completely fail like me. Or just waste a special ability on them. Why not? And in this next room, we've got water in here now. 2 collectibles in here, which we're going to grab. So we're going to head straight down. And then take a right here. Stagnant Blight times 10. When there's a sort of fork in the path. And then we'll come back down here afterwards. Keep going. And yeah, you come to that big blob monster. You don't have to kill them, but they do give a lot of HP, them guys. That's why I'm sort of killing them. It's best if you can sort of get your SP ready. Then you can just dash in the middle of them. Use Elaine's special. And it normally kills more than one hit. So here's your last collectible here. Guys, Stagnant Blight times 10. There is another collectible we get later, but that's the 2 I get in here for now. The other collectible we can't quite get at the moment. And we'll just make our way up here and through this tunnel on the right. And this will take us to another save point. Eventually, after we climb the steps again. Yeah, I almost die here. Get very, very close. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I have actually got a healing item as well. I'm not sure why I didn't use it in the water. Probably I didn't want to get killed while I'm healing. So there's a respite in here. Just going to rest and recover my wounds. Put plaster on my cuts. After that, I'm just going to drop down and head into the water here. Yeah, it's actually a file at the bottom of this room, but we'll get it later because we'll be back in this room later, taking the bottom route. So in here, we're just going to come up here and we're going to dash up the wall here. And you see what I'm doing? I just want to build up some SP. So there's a blob up here covering, sort of guarding to collectibles. So I'm just going to get rid of these enemies so I can build up some SP in the process. There we go. So once you get up here, I can dash into the middle and cast Elaine's special. There we go. Oh. Didn't need to use the other 4, the other only needed 4, they killed him. So we've got 2 Amulet Fragments there, guys. Make sure you get them both. There's 2 separate collectibles there. Amulet Fragment and then another one next to it. So I'm just getting rid of these enemies because in a minute when we try and go up that elevator, they're very annoying. They keep teleporting. So there's a switch there just activated. There's another one there and there's another one here. There's 3 switches in this water. The second and third one, they do lower a platform, but it stops in midair. But the first one, the one on the left, the platform comes into water. And now you can get into this middle platform and the third platform. Because the other levers in the water made them lower down to the middle. You need to do that so you get a Stagnant Blight times 30. You can get that without lowering the elevate them lifts. I've done it before, but it's very difficult. So up here, and yeah, if you didn't kill them enemies before, it'll keep teleporting to you. So be very careful of these assassins. They're very, very fast. And we're going to come right and come into this room. So you just want to quickly get rid of that blob, because there's a collectible behind it. There we go, Executioner's Gloves, another relic. And then once you got rid of the blob and got the relic from behind it, you can leave the room. Yeah, with them assassins, see that? I entered the door there when I was in midair. Yeah, with the assassins, because they're so quick, normally when I just pass them, I just normally cast a Whirlwind and Siegfried. Just to stun them and get them out of my way. So just make our way up here now. And going to be a save point up here, guys. Yeah, finally another save point. And here we go. And in the safe room, it's a file. You got Honer's Diary number 1. And just rest there. We're almost at the boss, guys. And I'm just going to unhighlight that relic we just got to the new one. And from here, we're just going to head to the top left and get another Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, with all, have I said this already? When you're using them to this movement when you're in the air, make sure you hold the button in with him to do his charge attack. So I'm just going to quickly get past these pot monsters in here. Make sure you got SP ready for the blob so you can kill him quickly, and get the chain of sorcery from behind him. And then after that, you can just return to Respite to get back to Respite quicker. And then we're going to head back out. No, through the doorway, not the wall. Yeah, we're going to drop down here and make our way right. You can hit a few of these on your way past to build up some SP. There's quite a few collectibles in this room. You need to head down first. And there's your first one. Stagnant Blight times 30. And then continue across. All the way to the right. And there's a file there, a finding. You got a slip of paper. A plain slip of paper with nothing on it. And then up here, carefully, there's a hole there where I just looked down. There's a hole there, and there's a chain of sorcery. Yes, there's an invisible hole there. You won't know until you fall down it. Grab that chain of sorcery. Just jump from where I did, and you won't fall down. Yeah, it's basically the drop is in line with the wall which you sort of jump to. So Furious Blight times, is it 30 there? But be careful there. If you fall down, you're gonna have to take a long way back up by going through all the rooms. Up here, I'm just gonna get rid of that archer because we're gonna do some tricky jumps to get to that wall just up there to the left, that tunnel leading up. Yeah, you can just make this. There we go, and that would take us to another relic. You got another blob here, so make sure you got SP ready. And in the chest, Aurus Ring increases the spirit uses that you have. Yeah, I guess in this area, Stockade, you always want to have some SP with you, at least one, just in case you come across any of them blobs. It gets worse in the sort of last area. So over here, top right, there's a spirit here. So if you're low on HP with nothing to heal, you probably want to go and... There's a safe point just below us, by the way. You may want to go to that first. Thing is, it can be a long way getting back up here. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all these normal enemies first, because what happens if you try and avoid them all? What happens? They will swarm you when you're fighting the spirit, and you get overwhelmed pretty quickly. Well, they swarm to me anyway. Back at release on the Switch. Never know, they might patch it so they don't follow you. But yeah, you got Assassin, you got a Teleporter, you got them dogs. Yeah, I just get rid of these guys as you move across. Now, the thing is, as you're moving across, when you've got no enemies, you want to move slowly, just to make sure you don't activate the Battle of the Spirits before you've killed all the enemies. Yeah, so it's another one here. They just teleport from nowhere, don't they? Yeah, so Orf's attack, when you do his charge attack, it does do a lot of damage, but it's tricky making it hit. There's the spirit. The key here, not to move too far right. You see a lot, it's just nudging slightly towards that candle in the background, that brazier, until the dog started chasing me, because there's a dog on the far right. Right here he is, Dark Executioner. Now, yeah, if you're low level like me, you need to be very, very careful with him. As you can see, Dark Witch Elaine special doesn't really do much for him. She's too small of an enemy. So really you want to be using a silver special, perhaps. Silver special, I guess. And there we go, got him. Yeah, you can use your Sigrid and your Tornado to build up SP quickly. This spirit's not too bad. When you use him, he teleports behind an enemy and it hits him from behind. So it's good on them ones with shield. We've just got Liberator Trophy. I think that's for discovering 10 spirits or something like that. Probably a bit more. But yeah, he's good for enemies that have a shield, because when you use it, he'll just... Wow, almost died. He'll spawn behind the enemy and hit them even when they've got a shield up. So Honus Diary number 2 we just got there, guys. And then we're going to rest. I'm just going to unhighlight these. And that's what we just got. I've definitely got more than 10, haven't I? So I'm just unequipping them, the water abilities now. And we've equipped the Aurus Ring and the Holy Spring Water in its place. Right, so now we've rested there, we're going to make our way to the left here, and you'll get an Ancient Soul down here. Now you see that red bit on the floor? Now normally you're supposed to do it from above before you drop down here. But if you sort of jump from this platform, and you can sort of get to the middle, that sort of middle wall, that floating wall here, and if you jump up right to the bottom of that floor above and ground pound, you can just get enough height to break that. And then once you're in here, be very careful. You got 2 pot monsters, but I got rid of them quickly. You got an Ancient Soul ×1. I think I forget to use this actually. Yeah, and then back up, and we're just heading to the room on the left now to clear that out, and then we're going to walk back to Respite and engage the boss. Yeah, so you got a tricky jump here, a tricky platform and jump. Now, as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm using silver, then Ulf, then dash, then silver twice, and then double jump, and then silver. The wall below it, as you can see, it's curved, so you can't wall jump up it. But get that blight from there, and you don't have to go away this way, but this saves you. If you can get back to where you jump down from, it saves you having to make you take a long way around. And you see here, see that pillar in the background? That's the one we want to jump and ground pound at. That pillar in the background. And just going to make way down here. Got some blight there. There we go. Furious blight ×30. And that's everything in this room, guys. And now to engage the boss. If you do fall down in that room, you can make your way back up. It just means you have to take a long way to get back up. Right, just get ready for the boss now, guys. So just seeing if I could upgrade anything. So we've got Umbral Knight, Guardian Sigrid, and Flora Sorceress in one slot, and then we've got Silver, Ulf, and Elaine. Relics, we've got Broken Music Box, Thresher's Ring, Cracked Familiar Stone, Bloodstained Ribbon, Ricorous Ring, Manisus Ring, Aurus Ring, and we've got the Holy Spring Water. Now we can enhance the Umbral Knight one more. If you remember, we just got an Ancient Soul, but I obviously forgot here to do it. Now this fight can be a bit annoying because until you hit the last phase, he's always sort of off screen. So you're sort of always having to chase him down, and he summons loads of these teleporting enemies. So as you can see, I'm using my close range build, and we're just going to use combination of Sigrid, the Tornado, and my special, and just hitting him with the Umbral Knight where we can. Obviously watch out for the teleporting enemies with the axis, the halberds. This fight, it used to be a lot difficult. They nerfed this fight really bad in a recent update. Because yeah, he was actually pretty difficult unless you're sort of high level. But as you can see here, he doesn't do much damage to me at all. Even though I'm sort of probably more a lower level than what should be at this point. So yeah, it's just a case, just keep chasing after him, and just keep using your spirits on him. When he summons the enemies, it does seem, I think once you've killed them all, he doesn't spawn anymore until his next phase. So you can get rid of all the minions first if you want to, and then focus on him. Yeah, when he enters this last phase, he'll follow you around more. This first sort of few stages, he tries to stay away. He's on the defensive, being the coward that he is, coward of the abyss. But here we go, last phase. But now he'll be more aggressive, and he'll chase you down more now. So now you can sort of wait for him to come to you. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just waiting to my spirits. I've almost used Sigrid and the tornado. I'm just going to wait till they're all gone, and then I'm going to switch to my ranged and just use them. Remember to use your specials. Using Elaine on this Elaine special, most of them won't hit him, so yeah, that's why I'm just using the Unborn Knight special. I should be dealing more damage, but I didn't upgrade that Ancient Soul. He's almost dead, almost got him. We're actually going to get the first ending on this level as well. Yeah, the first ending, actually, it's not actually at the end of the game, it's sort of, well, just after this point, But I'm skipping all the cutscenes, so hopefully it won't spoil anything for you guys that actually want to watch it yourself. So now I've used up my close range spirits, I'm just switching to my ranged build now. And I'm just going to keep using this now from a distance. Keep using Elaine from a distance. And there we go. Got him. The coward of the abyss is no more. Yes, right, so after this, we're not actually going to call it a day there. We're just going to get to this ending A, guys, and then we'll call it a day on this part. Yeah, it's quite a long part. The next part's going to be a lot shorter. Yeah, don't worry, we'll make it back up on the next part by making that shorter. Yeah, so here you get the grappling hook from this guy. Yeah, the executioner's hook. You can grapple now. It doesn't really, I mean, it makes your movement a little bit quicker, and you got the resolve trophy. It makes movement a little bit quicker. Stagnant Blight times 10 there. Yeah, but most of the places where you can get with the grapple, we can with the wall jump anyway, by using all these movement abilities at our disposal. So just made our way up here, and you got Priestess here, Priestess Wish. You get a prayer restoration, the carcass of my ascendants. Somebody tried to do this and failed, and once you got to the top, yeah, you get all the items in that room. Yeah, open that gate, and before we head right to the respite, we've entered the respite room, so that this is activated now. We're just going to head to the top left exit first, and there's a few things here. We're going to get another mystic trophy here, actually. So here you got the Nympphilius ring, and the Nymphos ring. And we're going to wall jump up this left wall now. There we go, yeah, just wall jump up here. It does get a little bit tricky. But you have done trickier jumps in this. There you go, you see just on the top there's a secret wall. There we go, and in here you got to find the King of the First Ages Torn Note, number 1. And that one pops a trophy for you, newly anointed. Yeah, that's for finding 45 or something. Stagnant Blight times 100. And here you got King of the First Ages Torn Note, number 2. Yeah, it's a trophy for collecting file number 45, I think it is. Weirdly enough, I don't know why. There's a trophy for getting every file, and then there's a trophy for getting certain files. I guess they had to give trophies for something, didn't they? I'd rather have it for that though than kill 10,000 enemies. Right, so we just warped here to Land's Edge. Head to the right. I've skipped that cutscene, and you head to the right here, and you get a chance to interact with something and purify it, and that unlocks the ending A trophy, guys. Yeah, there we go. Purify that, you get a benevolence trophy, and that's ending A. No, that's not the end of the game. We've still got 2 more areas to fulfill. And that's a little hint. It tells you there that it's sort of ending A by highlighting it. So we've just got ending A, and I've just loaded my save back up. So at Land's Edge, and we're going to warp to Bridgehead now. Now, because having the grapple doesn't really open much up in terms of what collectibles we can reach now, we're just getting straight on with the next area. Getting straight in with the next area. So warp to the bridgehead, and we're heading right now into the ruined castle. And we've just got a Hamlet scroll there, finding the Hamlet scroll, finding, guys. And we've just gone into that door in the background, and that's going to take us into here, and we're going to use ground pound here, and we're going to find another sort of maiden, dead maiden, get a priestess wish. There we go, and get another prayer restoration plus, and I'm going to head back out, and then we're going to get another finding, and this one is Hamlet request number 2, so we'll get that finding there. And then just to the right here we've got some blight, furious blight times 10, and then after that now we've got wall jump. Well, we've had wall jump for since the last part, haven't we? The part before last. We can wall jump up that spire and come to the right, and in here just going to hop up here and make our way across, and here we've got a Castletown maiden, that poor little doggy. Yeah, we've got to kill it for the trophy, and yeah, just kill him. We didn't even give him a chance to bark then, did I? Didn't even get a chance to land. Yeah, purify him, you'll get the Castletown maiden. Yeah, that dog is a maiden, believe it or not. And then we're going to come to the right, come up here, and then we're going to sort of jump back and come up here, and you've got us flashing that priestess doll on the top there. That's a relic, so make sure you get that relic, guys. And then after that we're just going to keep coming right and into the ruined castle. Yeah, the castle, it's ruined because it's not in good shape. You got Amulet Fragment there. I just used my grapple, my new ability, and then we're going to just make our way across, follow, taking the top route all the way to the right. Don't enter that doorway yet. It looks very inviting, but do not enter there yet. And once you get to the far right, use your grapple hook again and get that stagnant blight times 30. Last collectible in this room, and then we're going to use ground pound there, and then drop down, and then move left a bit, and then drop down again, and we're going to head in a respite. And down here we have a finding that is report from a verboten mage, and then we're going to rest, and there's a Castletown maiden, just unhighlighted it, and a priestess doll, I've just unhighlighted that relic as well. And now from here, this castle, by the way, a lot of the rooms are sort of very, very maze-like. They're very, very maze-like. Not as bad as the Twin Spires. The Twin Spires is worse. This is sort of like a watered-down version. It's mainly got gauntlets. This one, a lot of gauntlets. So in here, we're just heading to far left to get stagnant blight times 10. That is step 199. Here we've got stagnant blight times 10. Just climb up onto the steps to the right, and we're going to get relic. There's going to be a little gauntlet here, so make sure you've saved up some SP ready to get rid of these guys quickly. That's it, just spam your cigarette and your tornado. Use your normal attack, and it should die quick enough. And then you get a relic there, the blight weaved blade, and that increases your XP. So it's 2 items that increase your XP. That's one of them, and we've got the other one. Chain of sorcery there, guys. Yeah, in a second we'll go to a safe point and we will equip that XP relic, and then come to the left here, and over here you got one more stash of blight, last collectible in this room. And there you go, stagnant blight times 10, stag blight. And I'm going to head up, and then once you get to the room above, ouch. Once you get to the room above, we're going to head left, and that will take us to a safe room. And what we're going to do here, we're just going to respec, well, not completely respec, but we're going to change our relics a little. So we want to equip the blight roofed blade, but to do so we're going to unequip the holy spring water and then equip the blight roofed blade. So we've got both them items that give you XP, extra XP, the blood-stained ribbon and that blade. Right here, take the top route, and careful you don't fall here. If you fall down here, by the way, you're going to have to do a gauntlet. But if you make your way around like this, you don't have to gauntlet because you come into the door that locks from behind, and you get Furious Blight here. Furious Blight times 30. Yeah, so if you fall down there, you're gonna have to do a gauntlet and then make your way back around and back up to get that blight. Now, when you come in this room, there's actually there's 4 gates, and you have to pull a lever from each side. So make sure you pull that lever before you fall down, guys. Very important. There's a lever there. Make sure you pull it before you fall down. Now, on the middle wall here, there's sort of little gaps along it, and this one you've got Amulet Fragment, and there's a gap down the bottom as well. We've got another collectible. You want to make sure you come from the left like I am, because the grapple points are on the left, and you've got Stag Blight there times 30. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't fall down. Yeah, don't fall down, because if you do, you may have to take a long way to get back up again. And then make your way here, guys, to the right. And you got a little gauntlet here, but we need to do this for that chest. We need to do this gauntlet for the chest. You got an amulet in there. I think it's a amulet gem. Yeah, amulet. So we get a plus 20 HP there. Yeah, so just get rid of these punks with a shield. There we go. See what's in the chest? Yeah. Oh no, it's a royal crest. Yeah, so you got that relic in there, guys. Yeah, so I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong room on my map. That's why. Yeah, that was step 207. Yeah, so come to drop to the bottom now, and then once you're at the bottom, take a right and get this gauntlet here. There's quite a few gauntlets in this room, but you don't have to do them all. So you want to come down there, do this gauntlet, and then you can access the switch for the elevator, and switch to open the door, the gates above. There we go. And yeah, there's a switch here, a brown one and a silver one just on the right there. Then make your way up and take the sort of passage above, and then climb up the wall. There's a hidden, as you can see, there's a hidden hole in the ceiling. And then in here we'll get Stag Blight times 30. And then after you've got that, drop back down and into the doorway. And let's take you to a safe room, guys. So just going to rest here and unhighlight that new relic. Okay, so you got a file here, proof of founding. Make sure you get a file, guys, proof of founding. And out here outside you got Furious Blight times 30. And then here you've got another spirit we need to kill, the Fallen Sentinel. There you go. It's quite easy, this guy, if you're floral with the floral sorceress and the Sigrid. There we go. He wasn't too much trouble, was he? I can't go on. It's because I whooped your ass. At the end of this, by the way, at the end of the game, we end up at about level 77. Level 77. So after purified and got that new spirit, we're just warping back to Respite. And then we're coming back out here, and we're going to head up now. And then left. And then we're going to the next room, guys. Above us. There we go. Well, through the doorway. Just getting that shortcut first on the left. Yeah, and through the doorway. I'll take you to the room above. Right, in this room, there's a quick way to get through here and a slow way. The quick way is to come here and use the grapple hooks. And here you got Stag Blight. Yeah, if you take the slow way by going right and then following the basically the paths, it takes longer. Here you got a file, the King of the First Ages Diary number 1. And there's grapple hooks right at the top here that will lead you to a chain of sorcery. Once you've got them, come right, take the top right path. Keep heading along there and you'll find another file in the bookcase, the King of the First Ages Diary number 2. Yes, we're in a library, if you didn't know already. But fortunately, all the other books are out at the moment. We took the only ones which we could. So make your way across, top left, and then drop down, and then go left. And basically this takes you into the other side of that room from earlier with the switch, and from this direction we can get there it is, the other silver switch. Once you've got them both, that'll release, well, you've already released one gate, that will release the other gate. And once you get up here, there's actually a grapple hook right above us, but you can just get it if you get as much height as you can. There we go. And then you press L2 and you should just get it. So get as much height as you can and then press L2 and you'll get it. It is soft screen. It'll lead you to an amulet gem. There's an ability later which some spirits later, they help you dash a bit further in the air. So it helps you cover a bit more distance horizontally. But you also get like a spirit which is just an uppercut, which lets you get a bit more height on your jumps as well. And that's probably what you're supposed to use there, the uppercut one. But that's like really end game sort of stuff. But as you can see, you don't need it. You can just use your stuff we currently have and grapple. Right, so a few gauntlets here. Basically, we're just coming in this room to get some blight, and then we're going to leave. Blighted one, level 50. 50 levels after this, we'll get the trophy for hitting level 100, which is going to be my last trophy other than platinum. So I guess a little bit grinding is involved in this, a little bit. If you don't kill many enemies like I haven't. So it's getting rid of this gauntlet. There's a blight just teasing me on the right there. Stag blight times 30. Once got that, head back. Yes, we don't want to go back through this room, because this room it's like a one-way thing, sort of, when you've rested. It's alright once you kill the enemies, but when you've rested, they always spawn. You can only come in from this direction. And we need to go this way, because you have to go this way to access the safe point. So basically just coming back here, back across that lift. And we've only got a few more rooms, guys, and then we're at the boss, where we get the sort of last main ability which you need for breaking walls. Yeah, so here I really mess this up. You can sort of get up there, but I really mess it up. I try a few times but then give up and take it the normal way. There, I fell again. Yeah, I tried one more time and then gave in. I take it the normal reach. So this is normal reach. You've got to be careful. There's a lot of them eye enemies. If you've got your special, Umbral Knight special should kill them all in one. Even more so if you've upgraded it. I still haven't upgraded it once. I've got Ancient Soul that I haven't used. Up here is the Amulet Fragment, guys, along the right of that broken tower. Let's get rid of that one because we've got to do a few wall jumps here. Now this is very tricky, this. You've got to basically do this twice. Get across there, get as far as you can. Remember when you're using Ulf, always use Ulf and then the dash straight after him, because when you use Ulf it doesn't replenish your silver attacks. And then obviously once you get to the top of the left wall, you need to get as far right as you can. There it is. You can see the 800 blight. There it is. You don't want to miss that. There you go. 800 furious blight. And once you've got that, you want to drop back down, but try to drop down just so this wall below us is just to your left, and then because there's a ledge just before. So try and fall down level with that wall and you should fall on a ledge near the eye. So here you got Priestess Castle Memo file, and you got another Priestess Wish, which will give you Priestess more prayer restoration. And we're just going to rest here for a second, get some health back. And there's going to be a spirit in a second, and then there's a lot of stag here, so you got a lot of stag blight from all these corpses. They each give you 10, and there's 10 in total. So you get 100 blight in this room divided by 10. And in the middle there's going to be a spirit. There he is, the one-eyed royal. Yeah, he's got one eye, so it's quite easy to get on his blind side. But this guy can be tricky. He doesn't always do it, but when he's about to hit his sword, when he holds his sword in the air for a second or two, that means he's sort of charging up. And when he does that attack, when he whacks the floor, it's got like a big blast. There it is, that one. And he does a lot of damage, as you see. So try to stay away. And it looks like he's charging up for like a heavy attack sort of thing. There we go, but he's about dead. There we go, got him. Well done, team of spirits. And we'll take the spirit from him and purify him, cleanse him of his sins. He didn't know what he's doing anyway, he's under mind control. We've got him, there we go. Stag blight times 10. Another. And another. And just over here, guys, yes, you guessed it, we've got stag blight times 10. And Over here. Yes, you've not got it for quite a while, but Stag Blight times 10 again. But I dropped down here. Luckily there's no full damage. Otherwise I'd have TKO'd just then. Right, so I just try and build up some SP there ready for the boss. Yeah, just making our way to the far right of this room now. You can't get anything in this room. There are 4 collectibles in here, but we can't get them yet. Yeah, I almost died, fucking hell. Yeah, so I was just building my SP ready for the boss. So you got a file there, guys. King's Note number 1. I'm just going to rest. Right, let's just make sure we've got our build ready. Alright, so as you can see there, I'm just going to see if I can enhance something. I've put the Castle Town Maiden and the Western Merchant next to Silver. So Silver, the doggy and the crow. Yeah, so put Silver, the doggy and the crow. And then you saw the other side. We had Humble Knight. Yeah, so here we've got Broken Music Box, Precious Ring, Cracked Familiar Stone, Bloodstained Ribbon, Ruckerous Ring, Manisa's Ring, Aurus Ring. We've also got Blight Roof's Blade and the Holy Spring Mortar. I'm just going to see what I can enhance. So I'm going to enhance the dog a little bit. And I'm going to max Dark Witch Elaine. I took Silver to level 5 there. As you can see that, and bring the dog and the crow up to level 4. So I brought the dog and the bird up to level 4. I took Dark Witch Elaine up to level 6, and I took Silver up to level 5, and I've just upgraded the Tornado to level 6 there. Yeah, so in the first set, as you saw, we've got the Humble Knight and Sigrid and the Tornado. The reason is because this boss, he covers the distance between you very, very quickly. He's got a lot of his attacks. It can be quite hard to dodge because they cover a large area. Basically, you need to always make sure you're behind him. If you can stay behind him, you'll dodge his attacks. That's one attack where he does like he hits behind him and does a sort of little tornado. But as long as you dodge through him when he's about to do it, you normally dodge it. Yeah, so to begin with, guys, I've just got the dog and the bird for support. I've got them for support, and I just keep hitting him with Silver's weapon. Yeah, just keep doing this. Use some specials when you can. Because he actually blocks that lance, that huge lance he's got. You can use that to block. Yeah, it's also a shield. Yeah, so just keep using Silver's attacks. Keep dodging behind him. He just entered his second phase there. You see, he do a few more attacks now, like he'd do that big, long charging attack. And you saw there, he like went to sort of backhand me with his lance. But he sort of does like a tornado attack. If you dodge through him when he's about to do it, you'll normally dodge it anyway from your iframes. Just always dodge behind him. Get a few hits in, dodge. A few hits in, dodge. But be careful what attack he's doing. If he's doing a charge attack like that, even if you're jumping up, he can still catch you, I think. So you need to try and get behind him, or just dodge at the right time so it passes through you. But if you make sure you're always staying close to him, you can always see what's coming and dodge behind him in time. Yes, I mean, obviously I do make a few mistakes here. I'm getting hit quite a bit. There we go, knocked him down. He stays knocked down for quite a while, as you can see there. And there we go, last phase. Last phase. Yeah, so last phase, I go to my close range build. And now I'm just going to be using them, combination of all of them. I don't use them to begin with. You can bring his health down really quick if you use them to begin with, but I normally run out of them. That's why I save them for the last phase, because they sort of knock him down quicker. When he does that, when he's got like he's sucking in all the redness, all the atoms from the air around him. Yeah, when he's got that red aura around him, he's charging up for like his big Hadouken attack, his massive one. You need to try and get behind him when he's doing that, because that's really hard to dodge. There it goes, that one. If you're not behind him, the only way to dodge it is to stay still and keep parrying. I have to dodge it. I have to dodge every single hit from that. But you have to stay still and parry, because it can hit you about 10 times, I think. Just keep parrying and you'll dodge it. There you go. Or just get behind him like I do and you get 3 hits. But when you get behind him, when he does that attack, it does knock him back. So don't get too close. What I normally do, as you can see, I stay back a little bit, wait for his attack to knock him towards me, and then once he's finished, then I unleash on him. And yeah, that's it, guys. I can't remember his name now. The lance guy. Julius, that's it. Yeah, we've got a lance attack now, so now we can break. You know, like the floor, you can ground pound. Well, now you can break the vertical doors, like in the walls that look like ground pound. You get a trophy there. Blight thrown, guys. Just make sure we rest at respite. So we just defeated Julius, and I'm just getting my normal equipment back. So we're going to lob Ulf on my second set, along with Elaine with silver, and Relic's going to keep them all the same. Okay, so to begin, this room to the left, there's 4 collectibles in here, but you need the you need to use the lance to get them all. So there's Amulet Fragment behind that first door. Now to use the lance properly, you have to dash. So hold R2, just hold it in, and eventually once you start dashing, you'll get the lance out. And then you press square once you've got a lance out while dashing to do it. And like I just did there, where there's a door and you can't quite reach, you have to sort of hold R2 in the air. Then as soon as you get your lance out, then press square. As you see there, I had to grapple up, dash. As soon as I got my lance out from dashing, then I press square to smash it. And that's actually Blight on that one on the top right. And depending on the thickness of the door, depends on what charge your dash has to be. As you can see there, that I didn't break it. When it's a thick red door like that, you have to charge up your lance twice. And I just got a trophy for that, Impaling Lily. That trophy's sort of missable. If you're going 100%, don't worry about that. We just got a file there, King's Note number 2. And we also got Relic. Almost missed to mention them. Yeah, a file there, King's Note number 2 and a Relic. Yeah, so yeah, when you use the lance, as you're charging with the lance out, it sort of builds up momentum, and you see like a ring around you, indicating that you've sort of charged up for a second or so, or for its first stage. You have to charge. I think it's twice. You have to charge it up. So you charge with it out, and you'll see a pulse around you, then a second pulse, and that's what you need to smash the thick doors. Now here, there's a hidden path, as you can see in the top of the tower. And there's actually a lance door that you need to smash. So you have to charge a little bit until your lance comes out, and then smash it. And just below there, some Blight, 100 Blight. And we return to Respite, and now we're going to walk to the Maelstrom Ramparts, back in the ruined castle. Yeah, the sort of left-hand safe room. We got Julius' book, that file. From there, you drop down. There's a hidden path in the wall again, this tower. And you got Stag Blight times 30 in here. That is step number 232, by the way. Yeah, step number 232. And just keep dropping down, and you get a decayed crown. That's another relic. That's 233. And here, you can't actually see it, but it's a wall you need to use lance on. And behind there, it's Furious Blight times 100. And then just continue left. Just continue left in this room to the far left. And that Blight there, you have to come to it from the door on the left, the lance door. We need to get a good run up, because that's a thick one. You need full charge. So kill this giant pot first so it doesn't interrupt you. Yeah, kill the plant pot first, and then come to the left so you can charge up. There you go. Yeah, see, it's like a spark of light from your body. Stag Blight times 100 there, guys, and we just return back to Respite. And all we're doing now, basically, we're just clearing up on collectibles now. That's all we're doing, just cleaning up on a lot of collectibles. Now we've got a lance, and we walked to the Bastion Gates. Respite, Bastion Gate, and we're just heading in here now, and we're going to get another charm now that reduces damage. Yeah, but first, up here, just come to this lift, and there's a lance door there. Behind there is 100 Stag Blight. That's step number 236. We're going to cover the last area on this part, guys, and then after this, it's just going to be, after this, the final part will just be, it'll be a bit of cleanup, and the last boss, the last landing, and I'll show you how to farm. I'm not going to show you all my farming. So we just basically warped to respite just to the right of where we were. And we've come in the room to the right of that, and we've got that file there. Note on the castle wall. And then we need to fully charge our lance to smash that. And then down here you got a snowdrop bracelet. Yeah, you see that greatly reduces damage taken. We'll be equipping that shortly. But we're just going to make our way up first. Yeah, on the final part, which will be after this, I'm going to show where to grind levels, but I'm not going to leave it all in. So going from level 80 to 100 takes about 20 minutes of farming, so I don't really want to leave it in. It's not a long time. Up here, Furious Blight times 30. It's good that we don't have to grind for a long time. I mean, to hit level 100. Stag Blight here times 10. That's everything in this room. After that, we're going to return to Respite, and we'll change our relic setup now a bit so we can equip that new relic. Yeah, so I'm unequipping a few things. I'm going to unequip the Manisis ring. Basically, we need 4 slots even for the Snowdrop bracelet. And I've also unequipped the Aura ring, I think it was. Yeah, the Aura ring and Manisis ring I had to unequip to make space for the Snowdrop bracelet. I think that reduces damage by about 15%. So we're just warping now to, if I can find it, yeah, the Dark Chamber. That's the one. Dark Chamber, that's the one. Yeah, so you've got a few more collectibles, and then we'll get back on with the story. The sort of last area. So we're sort of back into the catacombs now, and we've headed left. And here you need to sort of fully charge up your lance. So you need to start running from that wall, and then as you fall in, you need to press square when you obviously come in line with the lance door. And behind there, Stag Blight times 800. Then use the grapple hook to get out to the top. Yeah, it's just a bit tricky this part, because sometimes you don't get enough height. There we go. And then once you're up here, yeah, it's a gap there, careful you don't fall down. Hidden gap. Come in this doorway. Yeah, this room, there's a lot of background doorways that lead somewhere else. Yeah, you got a chain of sorcery behind the pots on the left. So get that. That's step number 242. Then you got another doorway in the background to the left of that one. And in here we've got a file. So I'm just going to have a quick read. Forbidden tech scrap. And back out. And then we're going to head up slightly and get some blight, which is actually in this room. Yeah, there it is. See, it's the lance door hiding it. So I'm going to come up the steps to the right, just so I can get a bit of a run up. There we go. And behind here you have Stag Blight times 100. And then we're going to head right and into this doorway. We're sort of on the top floor now. In that doorway, which will lead us to another file. Well, sorry, Blight. Furious Blight times 10. That was Furious Blight times 10. And then we're going to come in this door just over here. Yeah, this door here we're going to come in. And in here you got a spirit. Secret experiment. Yeah, the pot experiment. I don't know how he got funding to do an experiment on pots. But he managed it somehow. I guess the pot's like indestructible. The pot's like a turtle shell. But yeah, once you kill that spirit, as you see, don't really move. I mean, pots don't have legs. Well, not this pot anyway. So you can't move, just stays in one place, so it's quite easy to kill. And you get that spirit, the hidden test subject. Yes, and then we're going to leave the store, then we're going to head into the middle, back into that doorway we passed earlier, which we didn't enter. You probably saw it and thought, why we're not entering that. We'll see in a second. So there's a hidden wall in the ceiling here, well, hidden ceiling in the ceiling, a hidden gap in the ceiling. Jump up there, use the grapples to get up higher. And then come over here and drop down this hole. It'll take you to a secret area in that room we're just in. This right corner, there you go. Amulet gem there, plus 20 health. And you got Stag Blight times 30. And then here, yeah, smash that. The ground pound and then drop down. You might want to hit that switch first, just in case, you never know. Hit that shortcut switch. And then come in here. You sort of want to drop down first and come to the sort of down and left. down and left first, and one of these pots, see it's sort of in the middle-ish. You'll get a Amulet Fragment, and then we're going to come back up and then use the grapples. Just be careful you don't land on the spikes, the spiked mines. There you go, on that middle pillar, you've got a chain of sorcery there. And then on the far right at the bottom, there's going to be some blight. I'm just using the top way to avoid the enemies, there we go. And stag blight times 10, guys. Right, return to respite. And I'm just going to unhighlight them spirits. Yeah, see, I can upgrade. I'm going to upgrade side grid now. I'm going to upgrade that. Yeah, so I've just changed the Icarus ring for the Aurus ring, and I've also picked up the Holy, assigned the Holy Spring Mortar relic. So just drop down here, there's a file, and that is Executioner's Missive. I don't know why I changed my relics there, because soon I will be changing them back, because that one that gives you an extra SP bar is really, really helpful, guys. That's a really good relic. So in this room, it's sort of like a lance puzzle. This room, yeah, sort of like a puzzle with the lance. So you've got a thin door, which just needs any dash with the lance to break, and then these ones need like a sort of like a single charge. And then obviously you've got a ground pound here, and that one's just like a normal. You got a normal ground pound there. There you go, you got a normal charge over here, but what you need to do, I mean, it takes me a moment to realise again, don't know how I forgot, you have to dash past the one on the right in order to get enough momentum. There you go, just like this, and then carefully make your way down. Now this is a tricky one. As you can see, don't get enough run up to break that door, so you have to sort of do it from here. You have to grapple and then dash and then hold it in and then do it that way, but you need a full charge for that. So you need to press square right at the end of the dash. So right at the end. There it is. See it? You see a little pulse from me indicating the final charge. And when you fall in here, Forbidden Domain, there's a secret wall just on the left here. You've got Stag Blight times 30 behind there. And in this chest it's a Heretic's mask. And that's going to be very useful for this area. I'll explain why in a second. You've got a Verboten Domain Notice file there. That's everything in this room. Yeah, the Heretic's Mask, it reduces damage from like the red fog, which will be in this area quite a lot. So I've just unequipped that. And I'm going to put the Heretic's Mask on there. I should have also equipped the ring that gives you an extra SP slot. So yeah, this water only does 2 damage when you're wearing that Heretic Mask, but when you haven't got the mask on, it does a lot more damage. Now just making our way across here, watch out for this poison mist. Obviously these monsters, when in the last area, they do a lot of damage. But you want to make your way over here, drop down this sort of tunnel in the middle where the water's flowing down, and then jump into this pool of water on the right. It's quite difficult to see, but there's, you can see it there, you can sort of see the carcass. You've got a Stag Blight there times 30, and then we're going to come back to the middle, get out the water, and jump in this next pool on the left, and there's some more down here. There it is, Furious Blight times 100 in there. And then there's a wall there we need to break with a lance. So to the bottom left exit. So there's some switches in this area that you need to press in other rooms in order to access the boss. There'll be one of them in this room. We'll get this Amulet Fragment first, and we'll just drop down to a switch. So Amulet Fragment there. And we're just going to drop down. Just going to heal first. Drop down here. Switch is just on the left. Make sure you press this switch. There it is. Make sure you press that. And then after you've pressed it, return to Respite. Back at Respite, guys, we're going to warp to that Respite we came to much earlier in the game, in Verboten's domain. So yeah, now where is it? I'm looking for it. There we are. Ricorous ring. That's the one I want. The Ricorous ring. Yeah, it's a very good ring. You want... I don't know why I didn't equip that earlier. You really want that. So, and then we're going to fast travel to Subterranean Lab Basement 1. I don't know why the water's floating up and down. So we're going to head right once you get to this respite. Go on the elevator. You see this red mist? That will damage you if you don't have the Heretic's mask on. Do a lot of damage actually. So over here to the far right when you first drop down, you've got Stag Blight times 30. And then we're just going to continue left now. And we're going to get an Amulet Fragment. And then we're going to take the bottom left, the left-hand exit. Yeah, so you've got some red fog here. But on this wall on the left here, you've got a crate. And underneath that is a Amulet Fragment. HP times 5 in there. And then just keep dropping down from there. And take the exit on your left. But once you're in this room, you're just going to continue taking the top left path. And that will take you to some blight. There you go, far left corner. So you've got to make your way to all these little floating bits of rock. And there we go, Stag Blight times 30. And then once you've got that sort of drop down, carefully don't drop down too far, otherwise you have to make your way up. You want to basically drop down to where I did, or make your way down, and then get the weathered necklace relic from that chest. And once you get to that elevator, don't use it. Drop down just next to it, and it'll drop you into the room below, but in like a separate area of it. And you've got Amulet Fragment there. And that's all you can get in this little area. This room, it's the only room in the game like this, but it's like divided into two, but you have to access one part from a different part of the room before it to the other side of the room. It's really weird. But yeah, he's just got Amulet Fragment in there, you drop down into it. And then once you've got that, just sort of make your way up and to the left slightly. Kill this enemy because behind him it's a lance door. And smash that lance door and then drop down. There you go. You do need to be sort of careful in this room because you do lose your health. You can lose your health pretty fast. But here there's a secret wall edges on the left. So you ground pound the first time, drop down below, and then before you do the second ground pound, it's just hidden in the left there. And then do that second one, and then take the left exit and bring you into the safe room here. So in the water there we've got Stag Blight times 30. And here we've got Faden's Archives number 4. So I'm just going to rest at this respite to get my health back. Yes, that was step number 267 we just did. Yes, I'm just going to unhighlight that relic. We've got 18 relic slots, so we only need to get 2 more. And so just coming back through here now. Now you're going to be coming across a lot of them blobs soon. You know them big blob enemies? And these ones they sort of have spikes that come out like a hedgehog. This guy here, yeah, they do a lot of damage. So you probably want to try and save up your SP ready for them guys. You know, always try and build up SP when you're going past enemies by just quickly casting the tornado. And then when you see them big blobs, you can just switch to Elaine and do her special in the middle of them. So just come to the far right before you drop down, because there's a shortcut switch there. And over here some blight. You got Furious Blight times 30. And I'm just going to make my way up and get a last shortcut switch. There we go. And then all the way back down to the bottom. Biggest ground pound in the game. And then into this room. Yeah, this room has a lot of blobs. And I fall down here. Didn't mean to fall down here. So I've had to improvise a bit. Yeah, be very careful falling down. There's a lot of blobs. So I'm just making my way up sort of to the top right in this area. But it's going to be a blob with an item behind him. So I just need to get ready. There it is. Yeah, kill that blob because behind it stag blight times 100. And there's another blob sort of down a little bit to the left. Well, it's quite a lot of blobs, but there's one to the far left, which once you engage in, there'll be a gauntlet, and you have to kill him, and kill the sort of hive above him in order to make your way out. Make sure you don't forget this, guys, because I did. But where that blob was, there's a sorcerer's stone just behind him. There it is. Well, chain of sorcery. Sorcerer's stone? Where did I get that from? Yeah, chain of sorcery. Make sure you grab the chain. Yeah, like I said, I did miss out. I had to come back for it. That's why, where that brief edit is. I basically got into the next room and then realised, I was like, why is that room still blue? Yeah, I guess that's one good thing about the, blue rooms. You can always tell if you miss something. If you should have been 100% in that room when I have done. So, quite a lot of blobs. Like I say, always keep your SP high. And then into this one. Yeah, you can leave them blobs that keep they're walking blobs. These obviously evolved quite a bit. They can walk. But you get past that first blob, drop down to that level, and then you can see the red mist just below me. You need to sort of make your way up to that floating ledge here to get a Amulet Fragment. And there's one more thing in this room. It's to the far right, so just carefully make your way there. Yes, a lot of tough enemies here. It's you can die very quick if you're not careful. So there's a chest there, and it's a relic inside. You've got a blighted appendage. Increases weapon damage. It's not a lot, by the way. It's not a lot. So that's why I never used the weapons that increase damage. Yeah, so I could get rid of this guy quite easily. I've got full SP. The thing with them guys is because they're moving, if you try and dash aside them, unless they've stopped when they've reached the end of the path and they're about to turn around, sometimes your projectiles will miss. Now in here, you need to be very careful because there's a big drop. Well, it's not a big, I mean, you're not going to die, but if you fall into water below, you might start a fight with spirits unintentionally. Now you see where I am in the background? You see that background? That's where I dropped off the lift to that blight. I just got that blight above there. But you drop down on the lift when you're going across that sort of background scenery, that illustration in the background, and then that should make you drop on the blight. Then you just drop down to the lift below, and then take the lift, ride it down here, and there'll be a blob there. So make sure you've got SP ready, kill him, and then come in here to save point. But you've got a Faden's Archives number 2 file, and where that little altar is in the background, you see that sort of stone structure. Do a ground pound there to reveal the secret area. You got Priestess Wish there, another one, so you got more prayer restoration now. I'm just going to rest. I always like to come in the safe room before we do the spirit, just in case you don't have much health left. Yeah, so because we've got another slot, I'm just going to equip that Holy Spring Water so that my healing heals me for a little bit more. So just going to fall down here very carefully because there's these guys that sort of uppercut you and stuff. You can just fall off here because there's a spirit in here we need to fight. The Incompetent Sinner. Yes, he's pretty incompetent. You'll beat him quite easily. Now with this guy, when you get his ability, well, when you get a spirit, he like dashes forward, so he can extend basically the ground you can cover when you're doing your jumping little maneuvers. Yeah, when you dash, you can use him, and then you'll carry on a bit longer, similar to Ulf, but he gives you even more distance to cover. I don't really use him, so you don't need him, and it just fills up another slot. So Incompetent Sinner. After you've got him, that's everything in this room. We're going to make our way left, and you eventually reach that lift, and we're going to ride that to the area on the left. We're almost at the boss, guys. Only a few more rooms. So just come to this lift over here, and you can drop off it, and some items hidden in this red water. So you've got Furious Blight times 100 there. You keep carrying across, and when you come to like a little wall in the middle, there you go. Just below it is a secret area. Amulet Gem in there gives you 20 health. Keep coming left, and you'll find another Stag Blight times 100. Now, if you can manage to get as high as you can out of that water, not exactly there, you want to come left a bit more, about here. and press L2, you can grapple the grappling hooks above, but it can be tricky with all them bloody little flies stunning you, interrupting you. So if you want to do it a safe way, just come up here, come up the left wall, make your way across, and you see the grapples. There we go. There's one there, and then jump across to the middle. We've got all the items in this room, but we need to go to the last switch now. Remember where I said you need to hit a few switches to access the boss? Well, we did one at the start of this area, if you remember, and the second one is along here. Basically, these switches, they're on either side of an elevator which takes to the boss. Yeah, so in this room, we're just going to go to the far right first, hit the switch, and then we're going to go to the top and get a collectible, a relic. So there's a switch. I've just pulled it, so I'm just going to get past these guys quickly, make our way up here. I almost die here, get very, very close. Well, you got a blob here, so you want to try and make sure you've got SP ready, so you can kill him quick. There we go, there he is. Because behind him is the item. And there we go. Cleaver's ring. So get that, and then return to Respite. And we've sort of done everything we need to do now in this area. We can go to the boss. So I'm just going to highlight all my relics. Well, unhighlight them. Same with my spirits. I can see if I can enhance anything else. No, see, I have got a bit to play with, but I personally don't. I don't need to upgrade anything else. That's all I'm going to use. But once you've done that, yeah, you walk back here to lab, subterranean lab B1, and you can take a lift down, and then you're going to make your way down now. But sort of, you want to sort of now go down and to the right to reach the elevator. Yeah, I'm just building up some SP now, ready for the boss. This boss dies very quick. This boss, you see exactly how overpowered Elaine's special attack is. So yeah, if you don't press them two switches, there'll be gates blocking this elevator. Like here, there'll be a gate there between the two elevators, and down here there'll be a gate. So you see that gate in the middle? It's open. That's what the two switches are for. So down here is going to take us to the last safe room in this area. And you've got a file just next to it. There we go. Fader's Archives number 1. I guess now it's time to get the build ready for the boss. Yeah, so we've got the same spirit set up, but in relic wise, we can get rid of the mask now, and we're going to equip Manice's ring. Yeah, that's what we've got. So usual stuff, but I guess we've also got Aurus ring, Rikus ring, and Manice's ring. Yeah, do you see what I unequipped there? I unequipped the Heretic's mask and the Holy Springwater, I think it was. Yeah, so we've got your usual defense reduction stuff and the XP, extra XP stuff, but we've also got the rings that increase how many spirits you can hold at once, increase how many uses you get from your spirits, and also the ring gives you an extra SP gauge. Right, you can see here, yeah, so you're just trying to get your SP here, and you just basically get inside the boss and cast Elaine's special. Look how much damage you do. Yeah, there we go. Wow. So much damage. So you just keep building up Elaine, USP, and then use Elaine's special when you can. Yeah, last phase now. Yeah, this phase always catches me off guard. I guess I've not really had to learn this boss that well because he dies so quick. Well, easy. There we go, one more and he'll be dead. Oh, and I've sort of messed that one up. And there we go, he's dead, guys. So, before we head into the next area, I'm just going to call it a day. And then the final part is basically going to be where we, like I said earlier, we're going to clean up everything. Kill the last sort of bosses for the endings. This is mainly just a big cleanup, this one. Just a big cleanup. So we've just defeated that boss in the last part. And we're just heading left now to going to find the last sort of main spirit here. This is the main sort of spirit, and he gives you the ability, the simple, quite simple name, Unlock. It lets you unlock them if you come across them. Perhaps there's doors that you couldn't unlock, and this gives you the ability to unlock them. Faden the Heretic, that's the spirit you get from it. And yeah, outside of the ability to unlock doors, that's all it really gives you. You've got a separation trophy, and there's the file, guys, Muriel's Blighted Letter. Make sure you get that. And try and make your way up here, just using your jumping abilities, because up here we've got some Stag Blight times 800. And then just below us on the bottom floor we've got a file, and then that's everything in this room. Yeah, Faden's Archives number 5. Yeah, this door here, these are the doors you can unlock now. So we can get everywhere in the game. So we're just going to head down to the last respite, final respite, and then we'll be doing a bit of cleanup, getting the last few endings, and yeah, Silver's Blight Stained Note number 1 file there. Yeah, we'll make our way down here, get the last few endings, clean up, and then we'll level up to 100. So where we're going down now, these enemies are quite tough. They're quite tough, but it's only these enemies you face. As you can see here, I'm just using a sort of combination of Sigrid, the tornado, and if you can knock and stagger them from a quite a height, when they land, it will deal like 1,000 damage almost, and it sort of finishes them off. But be very careful because they can kill you quite quick if you're not careful. Yeah, as you make your way down here, there's about 15 of them probably, and this is the best place to level up in the game because it's the latest enemy you come across, the furthest into the game. They're the best ones to level up. They give you, I think each one of these gives you about 2,000 XP with all the XP relics equipped. So when we actually level up later, we'll be leveling up on these guys, just basically making our way up, killing them all on the way, returning to respite, to respawn them, doing it again, and it's just a case of that. I end the game here on about level 77, I think it is, and it takes about 20 minutes worth of farming of this area to get to level 100. I don't show all the farming, I just start it off, give you a few tips while we're doing it, and then I sort of skip ahead to when I'm level 99. But yeah, using a tornado is good, and it's so good because as you can see, as well as staggering them and the chance of killing them, it also builds up your SP pretty fast. And if you use the Humble Knight special, that normally kills them in one hit, if you can actually get every single hit to actually hit them. Here, Fury's Blight times 100, guys, and that's all the collectibles in this room. Yeah, so it's just a case list basically. I mean, you can change your build a little bit. You don't really need to have anything which increases how many uses you have of spirit, because as you see, there's so many red flowers around to recover all your uses back, so you don't really need to worry about anything that increases your spirits. But you can have something that increases damage a bit, or something that gives you a bit of lifesteal. These two right at the bottom, by the way, if they die by falling out of screen, you don't get any XP from them. Now here's the last respite, and once you get here, you'll get that trophy, guys, memorial, assuming you got every respite before this. And we've just got a file there, Freshers Memoirs number 5, and that should give you the trophy Freshers Will. And just to the far right here is your last Amulet Fragment, and that will give you the refurbishment trophy. If you do not get that trophy, it obviously means you've missed some. You've got a Silver's Blight Stained Note number 2 there next to the bench, and on the left here we've got White Priestess Earrings relic. Yeah, if you did not get that Amulet Fragment trophy, obviously you missed one. Don't worry, because you know if you've missed anything in the room, because the room will be blue. Yes, it's good that they've made that, so you know, room changes colour. If you've got everything, it's easy to identify where you've missed something. So yeah, these are sort of all the spirits, and we're gonna warp now to the subterranean lab. Was it level 4, I think it was, or was it level 3? But we'll basically warp to the bottom right hand respite, and we're unequipping everything now, and we're basically unequipping every relic and equipping only ones related to healing. So actually I've already equip one and increase my maximum HP, but I'm getting the dolls, the earrings, the holy spring water, the Nymphalis ring. Also going to get the ability, the relics that increases your movement speed and movement speed in water if you can, and you also want that Heretic's mask, very important. Yeah, so they're the relics I've equipped. Yeah, because this next room is all, there's no enemies. I mean, there are some of them spiked mines. There's a door there we can unlock. There's some of them spike mines, but this room is all about, because there's no enemies other than them, but you'll be taking a lot of damage from the water here. It deals a lot more damage to you, and the mist as well. So this is all just a case of surviving and get through the room quickly. That's why we unequipped everything, and all we want is anything which increases how, you know, the more XP you have, yeah, increases your level of HP, increases how many healing uses you have, and also sort of how much you heal with them. And I also equipped the ones that increase your movement speed. Stag Blight times 100 there, guys. Yeah, I also equipped ones that increases your movement speed, obviously just so we can get through this room a bit quicker. So yeah, watch out for the spikes, because you don't have any relics that reduce your damage. You'll take a lot of damage from them, so be careful you don't touch any. Here you got your last item here. It's Stag Blight times 100 again. That's all the items in this room. So you got water now. Be very careful. You can just see the spikes in the water. But here, if you've got the relic, what makes you move faster in water, you don't really need to dash because you move quite fast in water with that relic. Yeah, so you can just see the spikes here, the spiked mines. And there we go. As you can see, we only have 2 healing items left, so it is very important you do have sort of that similar build. And in this bottom room, we've got a Deathless Pact. We've got a Stone Tablet Fragment here, and to the right of that, yes, we have some Ancient Souls times 2, so we can finally upgrade the Umbral Knight Spirit. Yeah, them Stone Tablet Fragments, you have to get 6 or 7 of them, which we'll be getting now, and you need all them to be able to access a relic that we need. So that's why we need to get them all. So I've just returned to Respite now, and I'm just going to go back to equipping my normal build. So back to relics, just unequip everything. And we've got the ones that reduce your damage taken. We'll take the 2 that increase the XP. We'll be taking the Aura's Ring. And we'll also take the one that gives you an extra SP gauge. So mainly the ones that reduce damage, the ones that increase your XP. We've got the Ricarus Ring, we've got the Aura's Ring, we've got the Heretic Mask, and we've got Holy Spring Water. Because there's just one more room we have to clear up in here. And I'm just fully upgrading the Umbral Knight now, which will get you the Secret Trophy. That's for fully upgrading the Umbral Knight Secret Trophy. And I need to upgrade 1 more spirit to get this trophy for upgrading 5 spirits. And I've just done that now. I just upgraded 1 more spirit to max, and that got me the Abyss trophy. That's upgrading 5 spirits. Now, if you don't get that, and you've run out of Blight by the end of the game, then it means you're going to have to farm Blight from them crates. Yeah, them crates. And it will take a long time. But follow me, you should be okay. So we just warped to Subterranean Lab B1 save point. And we just dropped down here and we're heading sort of to the middle right exit in this room. There's only one exit on the right. We sort of have to head down to the middle of the room and then head right from there. And that will bring you in here. And basically in here we're going to get I think this is the last chain of sorcery in this room. And we're going to get another spirit fight. Yes, yeah, so just slowly make your way down. And yeah, just keep making your way down, guys. It's quite a big room, this one. And once you get to this point, sort of make your way up here. And you want to make sure you got SP ready so you can dash straight in the middle of that blob and use Elaine's special. And you get your last chain of sorcery behind him, and you get the trophy carried over, assuming you've got all the chain of sorcery so far. And now you have 20 slots for relics. If you haven't got that trophy, it's obviously because you missed one. I hope it didn't glitch for you. But it should be because you missed one. And like I say, if so, similar to what I said with the fragments, you know what you've missed, because at the end, once you're cleared up, you'll have a blue room and you'll know whatever you missed is in that room. So unlock this door here. Behind you got a spirit for Burton Champion, and when you beat this guy, this will give you an ability that makes you do like an uppercut, and it gives you quite a bit of height on jumps. Yeah, it's like it moves you as well, it moves your character. It's not just spirit that moves, so you can use him for another movement ability. Like I say, he does an uppercut, but you don't need him, because at this point we can reach everywhere in the game that we need to for collectibles. So for Burton Champion, that's everything in this area. So that's this area complete. So after we've got him, we'll just warp back to Respite, and now it's basically going around the map, guys, and just getting any collectibles we missed. Now we can unlock the doors. It's mainly going to be unlocking the doors. Yeah, mainly unlocking the doors. So I'm just going to unhighlight that spirit, and then we're going to fast travel. Yeah, see, now you can take off the Heretic's mask, because you don't need them no more. And I'm going to equip, in its place, we'll equip the Immortal's Crest, which it's actually quite good, this one. Yeah, it gives you a small amount of HP back when you deal damage, but it's very good when you combine it with the Ulf Spirit. When you hold the button in, it just charge attack and it hits multiple times. And also when you use Sigrid and the Tornado Spirit, it's really good with them, because they hit so many times, you get loads of HP back. And now we're going to fast travel, guys, to the Sales Respite in the Stockade area. And once we're here, we're just going to make sure we've got Ulf equipped, because I don't think I reassigned him from before. But what I've done, I've actually put him in my first set as well, along with the, basically so he's in the same set as Sigrid and the Tornado. Like I say, because you've got the Immortal's Crest, you use Ulf in combination with Sigrid Spirit and the Tornado, and you'll get tons of HP back. You only get 2 HP on hit, but because each of them hits so many times, you'll be getting a lot of HP back. So in this room, we've got a Stone Tablet Fragment. That's another Stone Tablet Fragment, guys. That's fragment number 2, stone number 2. And then we're going to make our way all the way down to the bottom and into this room to the right, because we've got a collectible in here which we need. And now we've got a lance, we can actually access it. There we go, got a lance war there, and behind there, Stag Blight times 100. So after you got that, back to Respite, ready to warp to the next collectible. So that was step 300, guys, on my map. So we'll be going on to 301 next, which is the Great Hall. Yeah, so you need to go to the Great Hall Respite now. Which is in the Catacombs. And once you're here, just use a grapple hook to get up high, and you've got a Stag Blight times 30 above you. And after that, we're going to continue left, and eventually you come to another locked door which we can now unlock. And behind there you'll get a third tablet fragment. So you've got another gauntlet here, but these should be really easy now. You're way high level in these guys. Yes, you should not be dying there. If you die there, just give up now. Give up gaming. So yeah, just continuing left, and there it is, the door we need to unlock. I don't know what you call these doors. What are they? The Faden's doors. But yeah, just unlock that one behind it. It's a tablet fragment, and then once you've got that, obviously we're going to be returning to Respite. But in this room, there's a few enemies you have to kill to unlock the door to get to the tablet. And this blob's actually pretty strong. You dash inside him, and Elaine Special doesn't actually kill him in one hit. It takes a few. Yeah, I think these enemies here are actually probably the highest level enemies in the game. And yeah, you got this bloody hive stuck on the wall there. Pretty annoying. And yeah, they do give you quite a lot of XP. And you got another tablet fragment there. Yeah, we're going to warp to the far left now of the catacombs. Yeah, warp to the far left. Well, it's not the catacombs, it's technically... Yeah, so we're going to the bottom of the well. Bottom of the well. Yeah, the bottom of the well is it's really in the cliffside hamlet. But once you're at the bottom of the well, guys, we're just going to continue left. And eventually that'll bring us to another room with a tablet. But this room will have a file in it as well. And this will be step number 303 and 304. So get out of the water, head left and then head down. And get rid of these two explosive enemies first. And then get a run up because there's a lance wall behind there. A hidden wall. And down here it's a file. So you've got Faden's letter. And in this chest is the fourth tablet fragment. So return to respite afterwards. And we'll be going to step 305 next. So now we're going to be warping to the Coven Halls. Yeah, warping to the Coven Halls. I just had to see what I was going to select them for a second. Yeah, so Coven Halls back in the Witches Thicket, I think this one is. Yeah, in the Witches Thicket, this one. And from that save point, just make your way up. Make your way up this sort of floating waterfall. And yeah, once you have a guy on the right, it's not him, it's one, yeah, the floor above. There we go. Yeah, so coming to this floor here, and you sort of need to do your jumping ability to get up here. The upcut ability would be good here, where you get from Verboten's champion, but as you see, you don't really need it. You can make your way across without it. And here is the secret door in the Witch's Thicket. You probably gathered this by now, but basically there's a secret door in each area, which you need that last ability to unlock. And in here, there's quite a lot of stuff in here. So you've got a file, Elaine's diary number 3, and here you've got Stag Blight times 800, and here you got another tablet fragment. And from there we're going to return to respite. That's everything in the Witch's Thicket now. And we're going to warp to the Monument of the Wind. Yeah, once you're in the Monument of the Wind, just take left exit, then head up and come into the room just above you. Don't take the exit that leads up from the safe room, because that will take you to the room way above. You want to just head left into the room to the left and then head up. And then come into this room, take that platform, come to the middle and activate that switch to bring a platform down in the middle. There we go, that little one, and then you're going to ride it up. And then you need to grapple and make your way to the top of this sort of spiked floating island. And when you see the dragons, just use your spirits. Get rid of them quickly because you're such high level now compared to them. And at the top here, just make your way down. And there's another secret door. This is a secret area in the Twin Spires. And here you'll get Stag Blight times 800. You'll get another stone tablet fragment. And you'll get the writing on the walled file. And then from here, just make your way down. Be careful you don't fall all the way down. You just want to fall here, because behind that lance wall is Stag Blight times 100. From there, drop down. If you drop down first before you land there, you're going to have to return to respite and take a long way back up. You may be able to climb that wall. I'm not even sure. I've not even tried it. But in here, you've got another spirit, Forsaken Felwyn. And as you can see, he does that poison cloud, so just be careful. Obviously not sitting in that cloud, letting it damage you. He's got quite a lot of stagger resistance, this guy. Yeah, you see that damage you quite quick staying in that cloud, so be careful. Basically, once you've staggered him, it's probably like a guaranteed kill once you get him down to ground level. And once you got him, there's only one spirit left actually that we have to purify, and we've got them all. So purify him and then return to respite. That is step 312. 312. There's only sort of 13 steps left. And back at Respite, we're going to warp to the guest chambers in the ruined castle. And from here, we're going to head left and then up to the next room above. You can probably see it now on the little mini map in the top right. You can see that little red dot in the room above us. That indicates an exit which you haven't gone through yet. So in this room, you're going to grapple up to the top. You don't need to come up this far. You need to make your way basically to the middle right floor. The floor on the right, but the middle one, this one here. And just continue right, and you'll eventually reach the doorway. There we go. And in here, we have a file. So you got King Arthur First Aegis Diary number 3. You got Stag Blight times 100, and of course we have another stone tablet fragment. There we go, and now we're going to the last sort of area we need to clean up, and then it'll be onto the boss and a bit of leveling. So back at Respite, we're going to warp to the first ever Respite, well, second Respite, the Cathedral Chamber now. Second Respite that you reach in the game. And from here just continue left. And you got a file there, well, a relic, sorry, soiled prayer beads, that relic. And from here, you need to come here. There's sort of a secret tunnel in the roof above you. There we go. And that you need to come up here because it's the only way you can get enough off a run up. There we go. To smash this lance door, that one there. A lot of people can't find that. Yeah, you got a vibrant plume there, another relic. Yeah, so in order to get enough speed up and to reach that lance door, you need to take that secret tunnel above you. And we'll make our way left here now. And come up here on the grapple hooks. And up here you got another file. And your last prayer restoration. Your last priestess wish. And that will give you the convergence trophy. And you've got a file there, Lilies note. After that, drop down and continue left. And once you're up down here, head right to get the last, well, yeah, I think, yeah, it's the last piece of blight. This is the last blight you can find. That's it, Stag Blight, Furious Blight times 30. Other than that, the only way to get blight now is to farm crates. You know the crates that you smash that sometimes give you blight. Just keep destroying them, return at rest point to respawn them, and keep doing it again. You got a Chief Guardian here, last spirit. You get rid of her really quickly because you're way higher level than what she is. I don't know what her level is, but you can see how much damage you do. And that's last spirit. And what's to purify her? Get the trophy. Yes, and that is the Saviour trophy. That's for getting all the spirits. And after that, we're just going to head left and down. If you do need to farm normal blight, by the way, in the crates, I think a good spot I found was the Monument of the Wind. And just head right from there. And you'll find 2 pot monsters. Statue inscription file there, by the way. Yeah, statue inscription file. Yeah, you walk to the Monument of the Wind. And in the Twin Spires. And if you head right from there, there'll be a few pots along the bottom floor, along with 2 pot monsters. And I find them crates always give you some blight. Yeah, we just got last file there, restoring the Aegis Cure file, and that should be the last file, the expose trophy that will pop you. And we just got a last relic there as well, the Luminant Aegis Curio, and that will give you the rebirth trophy. And to get that relic, you need to have all the stone tablet fragments, and obviously to get the file trophy, the expose, you need to have all the files. And like I say, you know if you've missed anything because a room will be blue on your map. Yeah, so now we're going to warp to the Blighted Heart save room, Respite, right at the bottom of the map. To do the last boss, get the last 2 endings. And yeah, this is my map. So that's what your maps will look like. If any rooms are blue, obviously you've missed them. Just go back to that room and collect collect it. If you want to know where it is, just refer to my map and that'll give you sort of rough area where the collectible is in that room. So for the boss, yeah, these are my build, this is my setup, basically what we already have. You want to make sure you got the Immortal's Crest ring, because that's really good on this boss. It basically means you just be getting your health back all the time, and you'll be using Elaine's special ability quite a lot. So just going to head right here, and you get the Visitant Trophy. That's for first encountering the sort of end boss. So Blighted Lord. So you're just going to keep doing a combination of Ulf's charged attack, Sigrid's Spirit, and the Tornado. And when you use your special abilities, the SP ability, always use Elaine, and if you can get it in the right spots, every single projectile will hit the sweet point. As you can see, you need to damage his heart, and that, you see that? If you can summon it right in the middle, every hit will hit him. It's crazy. It's crazy. It does so much damage. And just keep doing that, guys. You can see I'm getting all my health back. The fish here do quite a bit of damage to you, but as long as you've got that Immortal's Crest and you keep attacking him with them abilities, you should be getting all your health back. Obviously, when he's changing this next stage, you want to make sure you don't attack him, because you can't actually attack him at them points. And when you're trying to cast the Elaine special ability, as you can see, you cast it just in front of you. It's not basically where your character is, it's just in front. So as long as you're just beside the heart when you cast it, and it sort of casts in the centre, every hit should hit it. And we'll get a trophy for killing it, guys. That's Journey's End. That's for getting ending B. I'll skip the cutscene so don't spoil anything. Yeah, so ending B, you get a trophy for. And then after that, you just load the game back up and we'll do ending C, guys. Now, to get ending C, what you need to do, you need to equip the Luminant Aegis Curio Relic. You need to equip that. So go into your relics. It doesn't take a slot, don't worry, but equip this relic, the Luminant Curio. Equip that, and then basically what will happen when you engage the last boss, when you beat him, you have to fight him again. He'll enter like a powered up version, and that will get you ended C. So you just got to kill him again now. So it's exactly the same again. On his second version, he is a bit tougher, but as long as you sort of do what we're doing here, look how much health you get from the tornado. That tornado gets you so much HP when it's maxed. Yeah, when you knock him out, as you can see, you just stand on the ground and cast a special in his heart. That's awesome that every single projectile hits him. Yeah, I guess he's got quite a lot of HP. So you can imagine how helpful it is using that ability on him. I think altogether you've got 10 projectiles, all doing about 800 damage each. It does like, you know, about 8,000 damage. That's crazy. There we go, and he's almost there. Almost got him. There we go. We've defeated him. His first sort of stage. And there'll be a little cutscene. You try and purify him, and then he'll power up. Go into hyper mode. There we go. Hyper mode now. So obviously he's got a lot of different attacks. He'll always start off with this where he lobs all these orbs at you. And then just resume what you're doing. His attacks can do a lot of damage to you at this stage if they do hit. And wow, it took down so much of his health. Yeah, but he does seem to have a little bit less XP on this stage. Yeah, watch out for that. You can see that does a lot of damage. And I don't know what I'm messing about at here. I should just finish him off with a normal attack. Yeah, he's literally got like one hit left. Wow, but there we go. I don't know what took me so long there. It's just teasing him. There we go, and that will get you the last ending trophy, Dawn Prayer. That's for doing ending C. And then you'll get a lot more cutscenes after that one. And then the only trophy that's left is the Relic Trophy and the Leveling Up Trophy, guys. So once you load your game up after ending C, this relic will spawn just to the left of that bench. Lost Heirloom. That's the last relic, Lost Heirloom, and that spawns after getting Ending Sea, guys. And that should get you the Collector Trophy. Yeah, that's what Lost Heirloom does. It basically returns you to your unblighted form. Basically to what you were like at the start of the game. Your purest form ever. And with that, guys, all we've got to do now is level up. So I'm just going to take you through leveling a little bit. Only like a minute or two. Like I say, it's just like pure grind for like 20 minutes. It doesn't take long. But you can change your relics here if you want. There's a lot of different setups you can use, and every one I use, these guys do a lot of damage, and they can kill you quick. So but basically, yeah, you just go through here, get rid of them quickly. As you see, I'm just using Sigrid, the Tornado, Ulf, and my special abilities. Rather than using Ulf, you may want to change him back to the Humble Knight along with Sigrid and the Tornado, because you can attack quicker with him, and his special is better. His special's got a bit of a larger range, and the Humble Knight special will kill most of these in one hit. Yeah, so just keep making your way up. Once you get to the top, or if you come in, you can come in from the top as well and make your way down. So either way, once you kill them all, just return to Respite and redo it all over again. Yeah, it's pretty quick. There's not really any way to do this that gets rid of them all really quickly. You have got to sort of just get through it and mess about a bit, just trying to kill them. Sometimes they won't die. And yeah, so I'm a bit high level now. I just cut it a bit there to show you how I'm getting on. So I'm making my way down here. And as you can see with Ulf, it can be quicker hitting with Ulf, because he can get interrupted and his special is not as good. So yeah, you may want to swap him out for the Humble Knight along with Sigrid and the Tornado. And yeah, just keep doing that, guys. I'll be skipping ahead in a second to when I'm level 99. Yeah, like I say, about 20 minutes later. It shouldn't take long. I've not killed many enemies, and as you see, I did get to sort of level 80 by the end of the game without sort of killing many enemies. Well, to begin with, the enemies start of the game don't really give you much. It's mainly at the end of the game where the enemies start giving you tons of XP, especially when you get the XP items. So I'm almost 99. Is this the one? Yeah, they give you about 2k XP, and there we go, level 100, guys. Got last trophy though, ruined one, followed by the platinum. The end. Yeah, what a nice trophy to end with, eh? Yeah, it could have given you a better name than that, surely. I guess the platinum is the end of this game, because basically by the time you got platinum, there's nothing left to do in the game. No new game plus or nothing. But maybe we'll see that with an update, who knows. But yeah, that's it, guys, my platinum walkthrough. I hope it helped. You've still got a map there if you need it to find anything you may have missed. But yeah, that's it, guys. Platinum trophy, Ender Lilies. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.